We are here for the Holley EFI Northern Series race number 2 presented by Venom Shifters. The sun is in full force here at Dirty Turtle. It's
I love it.
up. It looks great. It feels great. There's a ton of people here, and we're about to kick off. Excuse me. Hill 2 for the UTV Bounty and the Branik Motorsports Bouncer Cup. If you haven't heard us talk about it already, this hill it's garnering respect already. I'll say it like that. The Yukon wall that is not only right behind us, but about 75% of the way up this hill, there is a large 8 to 10 foot-ish wall that has been cut out. And we got word this morning in the driver's meeting, the bottom of it is like a mush mud. So,
well, there's a little less now than there was. Did you make it up the hill at all?
No, I didn't. I'll let you do the
Brandon Davis was in there, and it was funny. All the drivers were lined up around the edge, supervising. A little bit of restructuring on the wall, digging out some of the mud that was at the base because it was just thick.
Well, what happens is a safety concern was brought up in the event. It's kind of a really narrow cutout hole that they made for the wall. So in the event a driver, goes up the hill and rolls completely backwards, the mud, that was soft on top. It was what, 2.5-ish feet deep?
Yeah, it was a lot of mud.
That's enough mud where the cage will actually come down and the driver potentially, part of their helmet, head, things like that can actually get stuck in the mud as well. So it's pretty tight as is, and we just wanted to make sure there was enough room for our drivers' heads to be able to breathe, for people to get in there in the event that they need to get to the driver. So a little bit of safety concern there, but we got all that loose, wet, soppy mud pulled off of it. Needless to say, it's not dry. I mean, it's not stable. We didn't make the obstacle any easier.
Nope.
We just made it where
it's safer.
A little more convenient for people to get to the driver. So happy to have done that for them, and we can hear the crowd getting ready and getting wild for this hill.
Y'all want to see it rain pop sockets? Ready?
All right, everyone, if you're just joining us, we're moments away from kicking off the UTV Bounty Hill 2. We are at Dirty Turtle Off-Road Park for the Holley EFI Northern Round number 2, presented by Venom Shifters this weekend. This is our last series race until we pick back up in August. So if y'all want to be able to make it in person to a race at some point in this season, head to the website and check out the remaining half of the race schedule that's left for the season, and see if there's going to be one close enough to you. If you've never been able to make it in person, it's different and it's worth it. We're glad to be able to bring you the live show. We want everybody to be able to see what's happening even if you can't make it. But being here in person, feeling the energy of the crowd, feeling the horsepower just like rattling at this valley.
It's
worth it.
It's a true spectacle to be here. And as always, we are always extremely happy to have the support that we have. I want to do a quick rundown of all of our sponsors that we may not have talked about today. Obviously, we have the Yukon Gear and Axle Wall on course today. We have the Laser Nut Lazy River. We have the Raceline Wheels steps that are on course. But we also, again, are presented by Spider and Venom. So Spider Off-Road Performance Radflow Suspension Technology is bringing us the suspension section of today's race course. Raceline Wheels, C8 Technologies, the UTV hard parts manufacturer. Branik Motorsports, which is our Bouncer Cup Series promotion today. RCV Performance Product, VisionRV.com. PRP, Venom Shifters, Mickey Thompson, Rock Life Off-Road, Laser Nut, Wildcat Adventures Off-Road Park, Holley EFI, Go Forth Tires, and of course, SCS Gearbox to round us out. But again, today is the Holley EFI Northern Series race number 2, presented by Venom Shifters.
All right, I'm hearing some chatter on the radio. I think we've just about got everybody lined up. I'm not sure who we're going to be starting with here. I think that our late entry drivers are going to go at the back of the pack again this time, just in a reversed order.
You learn something new every race, and eating a big lunch right before you jump onto a broadcast and then start doing those long-winded monologues. Really take it out of you here. So
Weren't expecting that, huh?
yeah, just you bear with me here as we we keep the train rolling.
I got 3X.
A little bit of gasping for air towards the end of that last one. We have a lot of fun here. And
Who would have thought?
We're happy to be here with you guys, being able to bring this production. Again, before we get started, I got to give my hats off to everyone behind the camera and on the hill, drone pilots. We now have a true producer in the trailer with us, so Taylor's doing an excellent job.
Clyde is actually out on the hill right now.
On the hill all weekend.
Yeah.
So, glad to have him in the trailer with us. He's done an excellent job of doing all the camera work for us in terms of switching things like that. And thanks to everybody on the hill, safety crew and cameras. And we couldn't do it with all the support of all of our volunteers and staff.
Give a shout out to some of the folks checking in on the live feed. Nathan Andrews in Italy, once again checking in with us. Thanks for watching. We got Angie Bacon, Tim Bacon, Scott, Jeff, Trey, Son of Shade. You like my shades? You know, this table, this white table, the sun reflects off of that, and it is blinding.
It's quite bright.
Gotta have the shades.
Now, I know this guy, and it's kind of funny because, I kept hearing roll call for the UTVs. UTVs start lining up. And I just so happened to look over at the RC course, and just over there enjoying himself, taking his time, was Mr. Ethan Martin playing with his axial rift, his rock bouncer. See that he's first off the line here.
Now, race fans, keep your eyes.
Hey, Lucas, your stuff's on the screen.
Thank you, Bree.
Race fans, keep your eyes right here. I'm gonna tell you something.
I know he's going to be disappointed that buggy's not running exactly
this course
perfect.
Right here is completely different.
Sounds like old Tunnel Vision had a bit of a night last night out on the trails after with some post-race bounty hills. I don't know what was.
There we go.
All right, now there's pretty much 3 progressively harder walls on this hill. He made it up the first one already right out of the creek.
This is a big girl.
He's at the second one now.
Woo! It's a big old hill right there. Glad to have a camera right on top of that. Now his engine sputtering, spattering, giving him a little bit of issues here. You're gonna have to pretty much commit to this one fully with all the power you've got to get up there.
I know you said that he mentioned intending to take it a little easier today after some breakage he had last night.
Sounds like he's taking it easier, not by choice on this one. Now that buggy's cutting
Giving it a little break there.
Yeah.
Just giving it a little break.
Sometimes you got to give the buggy a little bit of motivation. Good, nice save.
I'm telling you guys.
Tanika said, yes, he and DC had a little too much fun.
Look how straight that up. Look at it. Straight up and down, guys. I'm telling you.
Well, fun is what we're here for.
If you're out late at night with DC Thompson, you're going to have some carryover in the morning.
It's either going to be fun or not. It's not. I don't know. It could go a lot of ways.
That's a great angle to show you just some of the multiple steps that it takes to get to that Yukon wall.
To the right of this up here, that ledge where it goes straight up to the right of it, there's an actual spring.
Oh, man. There it is.
Oh, somebody hit the dirt.
All right, we've got recovery quick on the scene.
Yeah, that ledge right there, guys, is going to be a
Looks like they're going to get him tipped over and probably just let him roll
Yep,
right on back down the hill, if I had to guess.
So a little bit unfortunate luck for Mr. Ethan Martin dealing with the engine issues. It's so frustrating because I know he had an excellent run on Hill 1 where he had really no issues whatsoever. But
Hill 1 was fast. And I mean, overall, nothing too complicated. The hill at the bottom was slick, but it didn't give anyone too much trouble.
Yeah.
So we got through that one pretty fast. But hill number 2,
It's gonna take
whole
a few
nother
minutes.
game.
Yeah.
Sean, we usually do a 3-minute time cap per hill. I haven't heard anything different this time, so we're gonna go with that.
It's the same with all of our sponsors that we talk about all weekend long. You know, whether you go into Lucas Oil, you go to Interstate Batteries.
I don't know if I can't see if they got him rolled over yet or not, but
I hear the buggies back on, I think. So
it shouldn't take long for him to get down off the hill.
Yep. I gotta give a big shout out to the Dirty Turtle staff. There's a ton of guys up in that one particular spot because that's where we're expecting the most carnage today. So
they're ready.
They've got pretty much all their staff in that one location, and then on top of that, we have the NRRA safety crew spread out through the hill, but they're there as well to help out help out the park staff to help them get all upright and whatnot. So Ethan Martin will be back off the hill here shortly, and we'll move on to our next driver. How many vehicles do you think you're going to finish this one, Bree? That's a gnarly lip. It's about the whole wheelbase of the UTV.
Man, I don't know. I might have to see how another couple vehicles handle it before I can really say.
Is it going to be a great
Paul Wolf's
indicator?
Going to give it his best shot here. We know that.
I would argue that if it's climbable, Mr. Wolf here will be the one to show us.
Paul Wolf right here, guys.
All right, ledge number 1 out of the way.
Paul Wolf. Let's see what he can do in that ledge right there. Look at him.
Oh, so close.
Man, it was going great until it wasn't. I know that one hurts the spine too. Those seats are, right on the bottom of the frame.
See what I'm talking about, guys?
Fortunately, that is not a rock ledge.
That's very
It is some pretty loose dirt, actually. I'm imagining that the top of these ledges are going to get chewed down fairly quickly, especially once we get the bouncers on there.
Steering wheel.
He's got a good land.
Steering wheel jumped off there with him. Buggy was asking for a break.
Hate it when that happens.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I said, the worst part is it's wet. It's muddy. That's all right. Guys, I think
that looked like it was it.
He's getting so close.
I think he can do it.
Getting a huge running start on this one. I think this might be it for him.
Nice. Oh, no. Come on. Yeah.
Nice work.
Well done.
So it is climbable.
There's what you call, we found a sweet line. Now, listen up. You can't sit down here.
96.733, 96.733.
96.733
You can't sit down here.
for Paul Wolf. I'm going to say 4 side-by-sides, climb it, and
one goes to the right, one goes to the left. So you're really not out of the woods once you make it.
half the bouncers.
I'm going to go with half the side-by-sides and 75% of the bouncers.
Actually, I do think,
believe,
now that I've seen that, I do think more of the bouncers will make it.
I believe,
but I think there's going to be some overzealous driving, too, that's going to end up.
Hey, so that's a great, when you look at this hill, you see that it's climbable in the UTV. All the bouncer guys just looked at it and they're thinking to themselves, okay, cool, I know I can do it, right? Because I'm bigger, I have a little bit longer wheelbase, like it shouldn't be that much of an issue. And then you got that one guy down there who's like, oh, I can do it fast. I'm going to do it so fast.
Like, I got this.
Exactly. But Mr. Speed himself, All Good Racing, taking a full bath. Wow, that was a...
Look at that shot. Eagle Eye Productions with the drone footage. All right, and you can see that the UTVs, that's actually a second ledge that Wade just went to the far left of. You see he kind of circled around. There's enough room to go around it. I don't know if the bouncers are going to be able to pull that off or not. Nice, look at that.
I told you it's going to be great.
Where's your safety vest at?
I think that all
Sharp run by Wade right there. Wade's currently sitting in first place from Hill 1 as well.
Okay, guys, this is what I'm talking about.
863, 48.863.
48.863.
48.863.
Now they're all
Not too bad, Mr. Wade Good, team All Things UTV, Evolution Power Sports, and if I'm not mistaken, he's actually running a Torque Masters front spool in there.
We need to get Wade up here, show his sponsors some love.
That's right.
Today.
That's right, because look, when you
He's
run,
a little shy when he's on the podium.
I'm trying to help him out.
Yeah, maybe we can get him up here.
trying to give his sponsors a little bit of love here for him, and I know that Cora over at Torque Masters does an awesome job supporting our sport, so I want to make sure that she gets all the love that she can, because Torque Masters is a huge sponsor of rock bouncing, and we're so glad to have all of them, all of the products that they offer, so I'm glad to have those guys on board.
All right, this is Spencer Grindstaff. Nice. I got to meet and talk to his mom and sister during our little lunch break earlier. We've seen Morgan Grindstaff on the live feed several times.
Hey, y'all,
Moment of truth.
Be sure to take a picture of them on Facebook. Say thank you to the soul. Dirty Turtle, this is where I got it.
I'm getting excited watching this. Just came out of gear there a little bit, but I get excited watching these kind of hills, because you know the potential is there, and you can normally tell by the time the driver puts their front tires on the obstacle. This is one of those that you know instantly. You either made it or you didn't. Looking like he's either broken a transmission or drive line or something, because
Danny's doing some charades down there.
Yeah, I'm thinking
to get him off the hill, I think.
When you hear the rev limiter in a Razor and it was in gear beforehand, it's likely that it's not going to go anymore. So hopefully Mr. Grindstaff there either is just having some issues where it won't cut back on. Listen, I've said this before, Polaris, especially in these buggies, the left side of the case and the transmission, just, I don't know if it's the backlash in the gears or what have you, but just that left side of the case gets cracked, gets blown out every single time, it seems like. If Polaris could get that sorted out and have a little bit of a sturdier case right out of the gate, they would have a really, really nasty combination there between motor and engine, or excuse me, motor and transmission.
If I'm going down, you're powering off.
All right, I think Trent Radcliffe is out for Hill 2. Is that correct?
I am not 100% sure.
I heard that Dan Carter is on the line.
She's shy. She goes on the road side. Look how red her face is.
I gotta say,
We'll
with
see.
everyone here at Dirty Turtle, this is kind of like one of our more famous rock bouncing parks. I'm getting a chance to see so many people kind of walk. You know, you guys get to see us. What you don't get to see is everyone that comes by the production booth and just kind of like, you know, gives you the peace sign and stuff. And it's so good to see everybody out here.
The nod.
So if you see, you know, us you know, throwing the peace sign at somebody or giving someone a big nod, it's because everybody's out here with us. Those that aren't here with us, we wish you were. We miss all of y'all that we haven't seen in a while, but it's so good to see everybody out here. It's a beautiful day for some racing.
Yeah, and we are here, of course, for the Holley EFI Northern Round number 2, presented by Venom Shifters. This is our 5th race of the season, so it's hard to believe we're like halfway through. This is the halfway point of 2021 season. That's just weird.
We're almost halfway through the year.
I don't want to talk about that, because that's definitely weird.
We are like, you know, 50 days from halfway.
Don't say that.
It's hard.
I'm not ready. I'm not prepared.
You know who is ready every time?
Every time.
Danger Dan.
Dan the man.
Dan the man. Rocking them grippy tires and the new Rock Life off-road buggy. They kind of rebranded the Wonder Buggy and turned it into the number 3 buggy. So every time you see Dan, you got to put your 3s up. If Dan was a basketball player, he'd be Steph Curry because all he shoots is 3s apparently. And that was
Come on, Dan!
Let's go! Let it in!
Yeah!
Good job.
Nice run. Nice stuff there.
Good job.
Good run. Oh, come on, Dan! No!
Oh my goodness.
Did he cross the finish line?
No, he didn't wreck at the end. Did he?
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Dan! on.
We're waiting to see if he actually crossed the finish line.
Y'all remember when I was telling you about those
No, he didn't cross the finish line.
Yeah, that is a real bummer. Dan Carter, there's a nice little jump. I think both of us. I'll give myself the penalty here. I prematurely said that was a nice run by Dan.
It was a nice run.
Everything was going great until it wasn't. Because about 10 feet in front of our finish line, we've got a nice kicker that kicks the drivers kind of off to the right. And unfortunately, Dan fell victim to the last 10 feet of the course there.
Poor Dan, having a little trouble keeping it on all fours this weekend.
I know how frustrated
was it twice yesterday?
Twice in one run.
He rolled over.
And then I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think he was there again.
The second time was just trying to get off the hill. He was in a precarious spot. But, oh man, hate to see that. So close. You know, I asked you guys this question yesterday, but what do you think is worse? Rolling over right off the starting line and not even really getting a chance at your run, or having a great run and rolling over right in front of the finish line?
After seeing that,
what do you think would be worse?
Go for having a great run and then the finish line.
I think so too.
Because if I was Dan and if I could make it work,
you're already thinking, I did it.
If I roll right there, I'm strapping. I'm getting the harnesses out. I'm gonna hit.
Try and push it across the finish line.
I'm just gonna run. I'm gonna go break the beam with my head.
Who did that one time? Last year.
So you had a driver get out.
Somebody got out and tried to push it across. He was so close. Yeah. Who was that? I think it was Steven. Man, I can't remember. It was funny.
Steven.
Oh my gosh, I'm totally blanking right now.
What buggy was he in? Was he a bouncer?
No, it was UTV. I don't think anyone's gonna be pushing a bouncer across the finish line.
We got some strong guys out here. Country strong is a real thing. I've seen some guys.
And
out here
maybe like 3 or 4 years ago, was it Jamie? One of the UTV drivers was tipped a little bit, got out, tipped it back over himself. You know, I don't think it was like fully laid over, but self-recovered and finished the race.
That's absolutely amazing. But yeah, if it were me at that point, if I'm that close, I'm gonna get out and do the old,
throw your helmet across the
3 a.m.
the
run
beam.
to the fridge. You know, when the bag of cheese is calling at 3 a.m. out of the fridge, you just gotta and shuffle your way on in there as fast as you can.
Yeah, Steven Rogers. Thank you guys. I'd only just cracked open my caffeinated beverage for the afternoon, so my brain's still getting fired up. I think it was Steven. I can't remember. It was funny, no doubt.
Yeah, it's we have some characters in this sport. Like I was talking to Ethan Martin, talking to him, and he's sitting there playing with his
Speaking of characters, hey, we want you to come up here. No.
To get the scores,
you have to tell us about your sponsors.
Who you got powering that vehicle today?
Yeah.
Evolution Power Sports.
You like it?
No, you're fine.
She loves it here.
Put a mic right in a little snack here.
M&M's?
Evolution Power Sports. It's running awesome. ORB, Keller ball joints, tire balls. Let's see, AB3 drive shafts.
Your team, all things UTV, right?
All things UTV, Moto Joe's. I can't think. RCV.
Chris Hickman.
Yeah, Chris
Hickman.
I know that
obviously.
one.
But
on wheels and Maxxis tires.
Yeah, we are always glad to have you come up here.
All right, wait. Now you're allowed to look at your time.
Yeah, let me.
Wade Good, everybody.
Yeah, there you go. So there's.
We found the secret to getting him to talk.
By hill number 2.
48.
Yeah,
terrible.
You're looking good so far, with Mr. Wade Good sitting in first and Paul Wolf sitting in second as of right now. Our other 3 drivers that have ran have been DNFs. It's a great day of racing. Great to see everybody.
It is.
I'm excited to be here. Now, I'm just ready for the bouncers, because I think that we'll get to this point where it's just smooth enough where some of these bouncers are going to, if it's tuned just right, if it's set up just right, the right amount of throttle, I think you'll see someone kind of skip over the top of it. There was a little bit of discussion you guys had when y'all were at Mid-America about suspension tuning and how much it makes a difference. And I think it was maybe Aaron who talked about how every single buggy is truly set up different when it comes to suspension. And that means that, one may handle an incline, with some rocks in it a little better. One may handle the big walls like we have today a little bit better. It all comes down to the race course, how the car is, set up. And a lot of these guys, they'll run a setup that's a general application for rock bouncing. Super soft in the little chattery rocks, and then giant impacts. It's built to handle giant impacts. So I'm curious to see. I'm a big suspension nerd on top of being a tire and wheel guy. So I love watching these big bouncers work. I love watching the UTV suspension work. We've got some big players and some big names in the suspension world. And I think over the past 5 years, we've really seen suspension be the make or break, because guys can go so much faster. But on course, there's your Trent Radcliffe.
Trent Radcliffe. He's not out. Good to see him back. He had a rollover on Hill 1. Is that right?
He had a DNF. That's correct.
Trent is also one of our younger drivers in the series. Love seeing those guys come out.
Over. Very quick jump.
It's going to be interesting to see the bouncers coming straight up the middle of that second ledge. They'll be hitting 3 walls then, if you will.
Now, I say this every time I see his buggy. He has kind of an untraditional UTV buggy. He's got a really long front end, and he kind of sits further back on it. Not a lot of times that we see that. He's got a little bit of a longer wheelbase in this UTV. A long wheelbase, in my opinion, I think is going to help him here to get him up and over. But then at the same time, you have what's called breakover angle, where the longer you are, the more your belly pan's going to get hung up. Because this is basically up and then flat straight at 90-degree angle right there.
No backup.
So,
no.
It looks like a little bit of bad luck. He's in a little bit of a upsy doozies there, Spade.
Well, that's an awkward spot.
Hey, easy to flip over.
Yeah.
Just one good push. Glad Trent Radcliffe is okay. Unfortunate weekend, because that'll put Mr. Radcliffe at 2 DNFs for the Bounty class. But they're getting him flipped over in Cliffhanger's revenge. And
He landed. He was like on a cliffhanger there.
He's on a cliffhanger, because I think when they let this go, I think he very well might go one more time. Oh, perfect.
Nope.
Look
He's
at
able to drive down off that.
Look at the precision of the safety team, doing an excellent job here at Dirty Turtle Off-Road Park. What a cool
He's
shot.
still in an awkward spot. There it is.
Yeah. There we go. It just had to get its footing right.
And we always talk about how we love seeing not only our recovery volunteers, but all the drivers. Look, there's Jake Pike. Well, now I can't see the rest of them, but there's a handful of drivers up there. If they're not in their buggy or getting ready to run, then they're up on the hill. They're either helping with recovery or out there. I love watching Danny doing charades on the hill. He's pointing his hands. He's stomping his feet. He's telling them to go.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll give a specific highlight to our friend Eagle Eye Productions for being here today. He's, as always, near the production trailer booth. And that guy is so skilled with a drone. Absolutely amazing ability to just pilot something through these trees and these woods. It's phenomenal.
Justin Mitchell is on the line now in the Warhawk.
Okay, here we go, guys.
Sorry, I gotta do my right hand. And it's holding my page. Nice. Come back. There it is.
Now you can tell Eagle Eye Productions is being particularly careful through these trees here.
Some precision piloting right there.
What a crazy shot, knowing that that's coming from a drone. And that's a great example of just how dug out that 8-foot wall is up there. It looks like Justin Mitchell's actually going to back off of this.
Oh, was the torch something up or something?
Trip, we miss you too. Let's see. David wants to know what he missed. Well, Hill 1. And so far, Hill 2, we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 drivers in. We've got 2 times so far. Wade Good fastest with a 48, and then Paul Wolf with a 96, and the rest have been D and Fs.
Now, I got to say, there from our Eagle Eye drone shot, you got a beautiful shot of the crowd.
Can we get a shot of the spectators, Lucas?
It was absolutely incredible. The spectators are in full
Look at that
force
beautiful
here
crowd
today at Dirty Turtle. You know, when you look at it on a camera and a screen like that, you realize how many people are actually here. When you're running around, it kind of just seems normal, but holy smokes. Great to have everybody out here with us today, celebrating, having fun. I know Extreme Muddin was shooting the T-shirt cannon earlier. I got to get a T-shirt cannon because I just want to start. I want to shoot T-shirts at my daughter.
There's John. Look, John LaCroix there.
Mr. LaCroix.
And look at how spectator friendly this area is. And also, we mentioned the net that they've got up. It's kind of like a golf net to protect from any projectiles being thrown off the hill. Love having everyone out with us today. And it is a beautiful day here at Dirty Turtle. We were a little concerned about the cold this morning, but the sun has come out and brightened things up. And Cash LeCroy is out on the course now. He is cruising. Oh, man.
So I'll tell you, he carried a lot of water up on that hill.
There it is. Oh, no. Wait. There it is, Cash.
That's good ground right there, boys. That's experience.
Oh.
Okay, this time he's going to make it. He knows what he's got to do. He's got to hang around. He's got to.
All right, easy does it, Cash.
He's not done yet.
Easy does it.
2 good saves. There you go, there you go.
Oh!
Come on, everybody, let's get him going.
Now it looks like some ruts are starting to get formed up at the top there, where guys are coming, full throttle out of the top of this. So it looks like his tires just keep landing in that rut, and his skid plate's just smacking hard every single time.
Got a little traction over there on the side.
I don't know if you saw it. He actually hit that hill, and I don't know if it was a mistake or if it was just by nature what it is, but the hill actually threw him.
It threw him left, but he went with it.
Exactly. Worked with it, got the traction, stayed out of those ruts, and was able to climb the hill.
Awesome job. Good deal.
Does he need a new battery up there?
Ladies and gentlemen, is what you call experienced driver. He's been there. He's done that.
All right, we got
That's experience right there.
What was Cash's time?
Yeah, that's right.
Cash is 96.535, 96.535. Who's on the line? Tyler family.
96.535 for Cash. He just edged out Paul Wolf's 96.7 right now. Wade's still in the lead with a 48.8. What's up, Bebo and Mitzi? Glad you guys could jump in on the live feed today. Sorry you can't be here in person.
We've actually got a driver on course right now waiting for the camera to pull it up here. This looks like
Taylor, you got the shot?
This looks like Tyler Bradley.
Taylor. There we are. There's that second ledge I've talked about where the UTV drivers are kind of banking around to the left of it. Why, thank you, Ricky B. And thanks for joining in on the live feed. He said, great course today, solid action.
Ricky B is one of my favorites, man. He is a staple of the off-road community. So that's why he didn't make it over the ledge.
Uh-oh.
This just goes to show you just how important, I say it every single race. In a UTV, 3-wheel drive is not good. And UTV, on a course like this today, 2-wheel drive is much, much worse. If it was dry and tacky, it probably could get up there, at least past that little ledge. Today, 2-wheel drive is not going to cut it.
Nope. let's be real. Two-wheel drive's never going to cut it for our UTV Bounty class.
Not our Bounty class, for sure. We've seen plenty of guys.
But heck of a try from Tyler.
Absolutely, and we've seen guys run our Cup class
Yeah.
in two-wheel drive before. But if you're going to run any of our hills in two-wheel drive, you got to be ready to sell the metal, and because it's buddy, that's not good. Well,
Oh, bummer.
I know Tyler's probably kicking himself a little bit for that one, but sometimes.
Well, hey, that's a
just the way it
quick
falls.
recovery. Look
Right.
at that. Already back on L4. All right, we've only got 3 times from our UTV Bounty class for Hill 2 right now. Wade Good, then Cash LaCroix, then Paul Wolf. We've still got about half of our drivers left to go.
So if we can see, if you guys can see on the live feed here, the gentleman coming down the hill right there, he actually has the front part of Tyler Bradley's drive shaft. The whole drive shaft just it decided to go Bluetooth mode, just ejecto drive shaft. So the front, you know, if you're a UTV guy, you know that those UTVs, they have
Jackie's back.
two-piece, typically drive shafts, and
He's in
the
second
front
right
half
now.
of that drive shaft was not in the car. I'll say it like that.
Somebody asked, Cash's time is at 96.535, Jared. I see what you did there, David.
Absolutely.
We need a dog. We need a...
I've really debated on bringing my golden retriever or my Australian Shepherd down here.
I need someone to get me a Bernedoodle, or if I can't have that, any kind of doodle will work.
That'll work.
I like non-cheddars that are curly and cuddly.
I get it.
And we'll name him Rocky Bouncer. I don't know. We'll have to work on that.
We got some Dill line, we got some iron workers. UAW right here, boy.
All right. According to my list, I have no idea who's next.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a toss-up here. I know
It's
that
anybody's guess.
we've got
We were going through the list, but now we got
Yeah.
now we're down into the muddled part.
So something new that we've been implementing here is we're doing a little bit of pit restructuring to make sure that these races go off a little smoother. One thing was this morning, our UTV race on hill number 1 took, I think, about 20 minutes total to run over 20 drivers. Right at about 20 drivers. That's pretty unheard of in the off-road race scene down here in the Southeast. So really excited to get that going. It looks like the new pit structure is going to work well, but obviously
Yeah, shout out to Garion for
look
work
at
in
that.
the
We
pits.
got driver number 2 already lined up right there.
Pit boss Garion.
That's right.
Here we go.
And this
We'll get
is
away shirt real quick here.
This is,
Jerry Gray.
That's right.
Zach Garner. I'll ask for a puppy if I want to. Sally, Aussie Doodles are adorable. I bet yours is a cutie. All right, I'm gonna quit talking about dogs now. You guys got me started.
Never enough talk about dogs.
Nice. Jerry Gray racing in both the Bounty and Bouncer class today. Making sure he gets his money's worth out of this race weekend.
Does Jerry Gray have the train livery? No? Okay, just making sure.
Y'all see how this all
That's him.
playing out, right?
Matt Buxton, I think, is who you're thinking of.
Correct, thank you.
Woo!
Oh, no! Wait! Hey!
That's one that hurts a little bit too, that fall backwards.
Tiffany, I like Leo. He's a good pupper.
I have a good friend that always told me when it comes to transmissions, you grind them till you find them, and Gary's up there trying to find gear.
Let's try this again. Without the
Wise words from our announcer. We're going to give it one more try, and this time without the flip over. Who'd have thunk?
We have some spectators behind us that figured out there's a flat screen TV with all the action on it in the trailer.
It has a camera right on top of the hill there.
All right, Jerry.
I'm telling you, either it's getting rutted out or the front of there, like the top section's getting dug out just slightly because those tires are starting to chip away at the top. You know, it's not the lip that gets chipped away; it's just past the lip. So you start, developing a really strong rounded edge there. I'm curious to see if it gets worse and worse.
Uh-oh. Good save.
Well, he might be able to find a little more traction like Cash did if he can get
Looks like he's
tire on that side.
That looked like
Cash
he was
had a
good.
whole lot more momentum, though, I believe, coming into it.
Oh, I thought that was it.
Come on, everybody. Let's get it going up here. Come on. Come on. Let's get it going.
Man, he is doing everything he can right now.
That's the same line Cash took. Well, that's how Cash got out.
Come on. There we go.
That doesn't sound good. This is a good example of how hard this spot really is.
I mean,
It started to look, the way the drivers were talking about it this morning, I was like, ooh, well, this sounds terrible.
I think that
Ethan and Danny, and then, we saw a couple UTVs kind of sail right up, but this is a reminder that this is a tough spot.
I was expecting all of the runs to look that way. Right.
What kind of t-shirts I have here? What's the name on it? Right. Howard Street Mud.
Back to us here. Not sure if it's a big dust cloud or whatnot, but I just had to clear the dust off my face here, the dust and the dirt. So as it stands right now, we still only have 3 drivers that have finished hill number 2. We're enjoying a lovely day here out at the Holley EFI Northern Series number 2, presented by Venom Shifters at Dirty Turtle for the birthday bash.
All right, DC Thompson is on the line.
Always a good show. Gotta keep an eye out for this one. Make or break? Break.
I think I'll make it.
I think so too. Saw DC running around. He's looking awful focused this weekend.
Really?
Yep.
That's a new look for DC.
When it's game time, it's game time. That's not where you want to be right there.
Uh-oh. So I think he realized that he turned a little too soon and indeed was going up the wrong part of the hill. Now he's on course.
Make or break.
That is one way to get over that wall.
Like make or break, not even a question. Only make. Woo, son.
Oh, all kinds of air.
I'll tell you what, if he hadn't have made that course error where he went up the wrong hill and had to come back down, that was going to be a quick time.
5'9.721 with about 10 feet of air is what Clyde just said.
And he still gets second place. Still sitting in second place for that run right there. So on my list, we should have 6 more drivers for our UTV bounty class. Man, cannot wait for Hill 2 on the bouncers. It's just a lot of fun here. And we're still running well ahead of time, too. It's a great day of racing.
Yeah, we're rocking and rolling so far.
12:40.
All right, Matt Buxton is on the line.
I talked to Matt. He was running around looking for some help with some parts and whatnot. So it looks like he got that figured out. I know he told me he was.
Thing looks like it's in one piece.
He
So
was having some wheel issues, so you know, hopefully he got that figured out. All 4 tires are holding air now. We must have missed a memo because these guys are driving like it's to the moon.
They're not playing around with backing up on that wall.
That's right. That's right. We'll just start calling these drivers Dogecoin because it's going to the moon.
4.6858. That's your new fastest time for Hill 2.
That was a hop right there, boys. Like I said, that leg.
That means Wade Good got pushed down to second place now.
4.6.
8.58.
It's my dad over there.
We got Cooper Bentley on the line.
Cooper Bentley on the line. Cooper's been having a good weekend so far. Got to meet his dad and chat a little bit during our lunch break. Apparently Cooper has been playing a lot of baseball, so that's why he hasn't been racing with us as much.
That's acceptable.
Lately.
That's acceptable. I played tennis in high school.
Oh.
Not baseball, not football, but tennis. I had a lot of fun doing it too, man. High school sports, like I can't wait to get my kids in sports where it's like, you know, a little bit more competitive than like the red team versus the green team, and like everybody scores and everybody wins. I'm ready for a little bit of competition there. So Cooper Bentley out there playing sports, and I know he's doing a good job.
His dad said, Cooper said, you know, I've got a lot of rings and trophies from baseball. He's like, I'm ready to get one of these trophies out here now.
Man, I can only imagine.
He's coming for Tim Cameron.
That's, hey, somebody's got to out here.
So close.
I think he's just far enough away here.
Close.
He should have installed the grippy tires instead of the racing slicks today.
Too much air, not enough distance.
It's always a good time whenever you give it a few tries, you give an obstacle a few tries, and you roll all the way back. You sit there and you're just like, okay, what do I really need to do here? What's causing me all these problems? Giving it a real good evaluation. And it looks like we see that here.
There it is.
Nice work. Nice work from Cooper Bentley. But it's not over yet, as we saw with Dan Carter. There we go. Looks like Cooper Bentley will get a great time for today.
91.998. 91.998.
91.998.
Yeah. Oh, this. Can you give me that time? 91.
And Adam Coots is on the line.
The time for Cooper Bentley was a 91.998.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I apologize for that. I had a Chris Hickman sitting on my shoulder, and it was a little. I didn't see who it was at first, and he was
Sounds
very
heavy.
close. Well, he was very close to me, so I was a little curious as to why someone I didn't recognize was there. But when I looked up, saw it was Chris.
Threw you off a little bit?
Yeah.
All right, Adam Coots out on the course.
Now, Adam came up after Hill 1 and said that that's the best that buggy's ever felt.
Look at that.
Oh.
I know he's going to be a little disappointed having to take so many stabs at it, but get it up there, get a good time, Adam. That's
Whoa!
a full backflip. And that's the first time I think it's ever been done in a UTV race. I know that years ago they did that at the Unlimited Off-Road Expo. They were backflipping UTVs, but Adam Coots becomes the first driver to ever successfully backflip in a race.
Well, I tell you what, he's definitely going to win the award.
I hope that transmission isn't broken, but I can hear it trying to find gear.
I mean, he's lucky the wheels are still on after all that.
Watching the instant replay here.
Wow. Guys, when you guys go back and watch that, our live feed on Bree's phone is just about 30 seconds behind real time.
Yeah, we have instant replay.
We have instant replay, and we just got a chance.
Race fans, I think.
Taylor, if you want to bring that, perfect. Thank you, sir. We got an instant replay here. That's going to be one that lives in the rock bouncing highlight reel for forever. I know Adam is going to be pretty disappointed to get a DNF because that'll kind of knock him off his podium chase there for today.
But hey, he got some great pictures and video out of that, you know.
He's making the highlight reel for rock bouncing, period. Again, if you didn't hear me the first time, that's the first time a full, complete backflip has ever been done in a race. In a UTV, I know that they did that a few years ago at the Unlimited Off-Road Expo. It's actually in the Busted Knuckle intro for all of his videos, where he has the wildest drivers in the South and this and that. You see the UTVs all try to do the backflip. That's the last time.
That was a fun day, yeah. They dug them all a little bit of a wall there and then had them line up and just...
I think they only had one, actually be able to do it. And that was a long time ago. That was when...
That's probably 5 years, 6 years.
They were running 900 XPs, so it's a while ago. But I do know that there's tons of guys...
I think Richie Keith pulled off a backflip that day in Plowboy.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Amazing stuff.
I was there. I should remember.
Right.
It's been a while.
But I'm trying to recall the name of the driver, but there's actually a Razor sponsored. It's called the XP1K videos, and it came out when the XP1000 did. And I'm trying to draw a blank on the name right now, but that driver actually has Nitro Circus as well. They have the breakaway ramps where they'll do backflips in UTVs over huge gaps and stuff like that. So backflips have been done before. It's not something you would ever find me doing because the risk to reward is just not there at all.
No thanks. I choose life.
But I'll tell you this. I'm fairly positive that Adam Coots is the first one to do a full in-air backflip in a race scenario.
Definitely the first one to do the unintentional backflip like that, at least.
It's a good look. Like I said, earlier he said he took that right-hand turn, eyes closed. So eyes closed racing.
He's just instinctive driving today. You heard of instinctive shooting and stuff before. Adam's just, he's taking it to the instinctive driving. Just close his eyes. He's using the force. He's just
May 4th
feeling
was
it out
just a
today.
few days ago too, so we'll have to ask Adam if he'd be a Jedi or if he'd be a Sith. Because whatever he's got the
Sorry
power.
guys, you have two Star Wars nerds sitting at the table today.
You get what you get on this one.
Who do we have on the line? Jeremy Denham.
Jeremy Denham is on the line.
On the line.
What do you have? Are you sorted right now?
Yeah, can you?
Jeremy
You want to just do top three real quick?
Sure, absolutely. So our top three for hill number 2 as it sits is Matt Buxton in first place with a 46.8, Wade Good in second with 48.8, and then DC Thompson in third with a 59.7. Shocking that there's so much space in between there, but so many DNFs. The difference. This is Jeremy Denham.
Oh, grabbed that tree accidentally there.
That had to hurt.
Yeah, sometimes hitting a tree like that, it just kind of jars you more than anything else, and it'll kind of make you sit there for a second and just be like, am I okay? Is everything good? But Jeremy's going to go ahead and take the hard
he's
line.
the first UTV we've seen go up the middle right there instead of around to the left.
So when you see that front end come over and just kind of smack the ground, that's called the front end. It's a WWE. It's called the front end breaker because when you slap down like that, your whole front end goes from having no load and it's kind of slightly.
Hey!
No front end breaker here. But when that front end slams down, the whole load of the drive train goes into the front end. It can do some damage. Man, he is ready.
Oh no! Wait. Can he back
We
up?
definitely know the front right's not pulling.
I just got word that the front right wasn't pulling there, so I may have spoke
Oh, man.
prematurely
Heck
about
of a
the front
try,
end breaker
Jeremy.
not working.
Anybody here have got a pop socket?
Anthony Yunt said his 900 landed the backflip at the expo, and there were 2 others that landed it on the day before.
Yeah, thank you, Anthony. I know.
How long ago? Was that like 6 years ago,
It was longer than
Anthony?
that.
Was it more than that?
I think it was longer than
I
that.
feel like we had the Avenger out there that weekend, but maybe not.
I feel like it was.
Maybe it was.
Time
7 years
time's
ago.
just a blur. I've learned, everybody says it's an old cliche that, as time goes on, it just goes faster and faster. I hardly
I mean,
know
at
what
your
day it
ripe
is.
old age,
Yes.
Jesse.
It's called being an old soul,
Whatever.
Just enjoy every day because time just starts ripping by. It's crazy.
Speaking of time flying by, we've
2 more drivers.
yeah, that's what it looks like here. Just 2 more, and then we will be wrapped up for UTV Bounty for the day and moving back into Bouncers Hill 2.
Who do we have on the line?
Anthony said 2016, he thinks.
Wow, my memory's whack.
Well, that was 5 years ago.
Who do we have on the line?
Glad to see Mr. Yance tuning in, though. We need you out here sometime soon, sir. Need to see that Ultra 4 converted big girl out here running through the woods. How's it going?
Hey, you had a
you
good
gotta
run,
come
man.
up here.
Yeah, come up and talk to us. They
So-
can't see you right now.
So we've got
All right, this is Brad Obley on the course.
Brad Obley. Matt, we'll talk to you as soon as Brad's run's done here, and we'll just
There he goes, right there, boys. Woo, look there.
Oh, nice save.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, sorry.
big air. from
Oh, we
Brad.
might be about to see another backflip. Oh, no.
I'll tell you what, guys, man, when I see it.
Well, while we
Good
do a
try,
little bit
Brad.
of recovery, we've got Matt Buxton here. So you go out, you lay a really good time down for Hill 1, and then you go out on Hill 2, and you just blow everybody out of the water. What was going on? How'd you do it?
It's been a lot of testing and tuning through the last couple of months. I didn't make the first couple of races. I actually mainly run Pro Rock races. I'm trying to get, it's hard for me to get off on Friday to make it here to run Cup, so I'm trying to come to the Bounties and run those.
Where are you from, Matt?
Ohio.
Okay.
Okay. I saw the sign on my way here that said Cincinnati, and I was like, oh my God, I've driven too far.
Wellsville.
Okay.
That's where I ride. That's my home territory. That's where I come from, right up by Wellsville.
I like the wrap on your buggy. Who did you design that, or who designed that for you?
Funny story. That's actually Josh Lewis's old single-seater from what would have been maybe a year ago,
Yeah.
2 years ago. And it's the truck train buggy. I bought it off a buddy of mine that got it from Josh. Been working on it, trying to get the tune right. Did a lot of different things this year. I like to stay different from what everyone else does. It just seems to work better for me.
Yeah.
And kind of do my own thing. And yeah, it's really working out. So
So you got anybody, got any sponsors, anybody you want to give some love to?
oh yeah, Turner Axle, Super Grip, D&M Racing, Planet Side by Side, Gear Grabber Shifters.
It's hard to remember everybody when you put on the
We
spot.
put you on the spot, didn't we?
Yeah,
Yeah, I have a
absolutely.
list. I just can't remember everything.
Well, hopefully, I'll tell you this. Hopefully, it's looking like you might be in the. I'm thinking you're going to be in the top 6 for sure. Might be on that podium spot, man. We're looking forward to it. But
right, buddy.
heck of a run today.
Thanks, man.
Well done, and I can't wait to see you
Hoping
next
to be
time.
back. Hoping.
When do you think you'll be here next?
When's the next?
Well,
August.
we've got a summer break, yeah.
So I'll be. Are you guys?
Will you be at Visions?
Are you going to go to? Long story short, I'm not going to make it.
Okay.
Are you guys going to be at the Pro Rock for?
I
Sydney
think the
American?
plan is we will be live
I'll be there.
for Pro Rock
I've always
Memorial
wanted to
Weekend.
Pro Rocks. Like I said, I've always wanted to come to this stuff, but I never could make it. It's always hard for me to get here, but if it's close, I'll be there.
Well, we're happy to have you here today, and congratulations on your Hill 2 run. When we do all of the time scores, we'll let you, you'll kind of get a rough idea, but all of our final scores are calculated off point system, so you won't know until the fat lady sings at the very end. But thanks for coming up here, Matt Buxton.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
See you, Matt.
Thank you, brother. All right, we should have one more driver for the UTV Bounty.
Did I just hear Matt Holt on the line?
Matt Holt. Matt Holt is
on the okay, I can't see with these glasses on. All right, so we are wrapped up with UTV Bounty. We'll get those sorted and let you guys know where everything's standing. Matt Holt is kicking off the Branik Motorsports Bouncer Cup Hill 2. Let's see how Matt handles the race line step-ups.
Okay, everybody up there by this fence here, look out, it's gonna throw some rocks. Woo! Look out, guys, you got rocks coming your way.
It is really slick out there.
All right, I think Matt's gonna have to lay into it a little bit more than that. There is not much for traction on this hill.
Woo! Come on, let's get him up here, let's get him.
Close.
Let's get him up here, let's go. Come on, let's help him out, let's help him out.
So close.
Y'all see a little piece of rock there, the thing will come flying towards you in a minute. Y'all be careful.
There it is! Matt Holt!
There we go.
Good time right there. We love to see it when our drivers, have an obstacle and they get over it and just, overcome, right? That's what this is all about.
I want to see Matt get out of the top of this hill.
I do too. Top of that hill, though, is absolutely rough. You know something crazy while we're sitting here watching Matt? We did not have, I'm going to knock on some wood here. We did not have one bouncer driver DNF on Hill 1.
It was a good hill. It was a good, fast hill.
It's pretty rare we have a pass through where nobody DNF.
That's true.
If Trent Radcliffe had not DNF,
That might help balance things out here
yeah,
for
right.
Hill 2.
If we only had one driver DNF on Hill 1 altogether. Pretty crazy stuff there. It's pretty rare that we have a situation where
Good job,
only one
everybody.
person does.
See, everyone did just like we told them to.
What was that?
Just like we practiced.
Okay.
Just make it out at the top. Let's
That's
make
right.
recovery simple.
That's right.
All right, Danny over there with his hillside charades. Telling Matt exactly what he needs to do to get up this hill.
Yeah, he's trying to figure it out. It's going to be tough.
The race line step-ups on Hill 2. No joke.
There we go.
They are
there we
slick
go.
and steep, a lot steeper than they look right now on camera. I walked up there during our lunch break to get a look at it because all the drivers had been talking about it. It's like it was such a fearsome obstacle. And it is. It is.
Now I'm curious if Matt continues to kind of dig that side out, if we're going to see drivers kind of take the sideline here and run it, or if they're just going to keep shooting it.
People up there telling them how to do it right now.
All right, so Mr. Matt Holt's going to time out on hill number 2. But I got to tell you this. Hats off to Matt Holt. Actually, Matt Holt makes it out of the top.
Did he make it?
Yeah. Look at that. Sorry we were cut away.
Way to go, Matt.
Matt
had actually timed out, but I guess he didn't know that.
Bingo.
That Mid-America.
He's technically out of time.
Oh, man.
So is that a DNF or is that a 3-minute? Our team here at the National Rock Racing Association is some of the most supportive members of the off-road community. Let me tell you, when you get involved in this community, when you get involved in the off-road community here, especially the race scene, you're going to get some motivational love sometimes. And I think Matt Holt's going to come home to a homecoming down there. I think there's a bunch of people.
Matt got a time. He got a time. 2:57.224. And we are all so proud to see him finish.
Say that time one more time.
Both hills today. 2:57.224.
2:24. Wow. Well done.
Okay, guys, here comes Scott. Here we
He
go.
did. Matt had the proper motivation today. Apparently there's a little side bet going on.
But here's Kenneth Cozine.
No, this is Scott Goforth.
Yes, thank you.
The other red one.
The other, yes, it's like I just saw it right out of the gate and just assumed, but this is Mr. Scott Goforth, Mr. Ear-to-Ear Smile.
Tiffany, do you think someone needs to tell Danny he has to wear his helmet to be on the side of the course until after the wedding?
Oh! Good save, good save.
One thing I do love is, and we don't see it all the time, is Scott Goforth, his fire suit matches his buggy. It really looks like a professional package, right? It really makes a huge difference.
Oh.
So this is where the wheelbase is just a little, you know, it's the perfect height for where it just starts to pull back off the hill right as the back tires start to get there. So it's tricky.
All right, see what he's got. See what he's going to do here.
He is doing some excellent handstands, though. I'm impressed about that. Danny Smith on
He just
all
can't help
fours,
himself.
Just on all fours, being like he's almost laying down to be able to wear the driver. He's giving all the encouragement he can.
Woo! Look at there.
Scott taking a little bit of a side pass out the top of the race line wall. That last step up there.
Woo! To the left. There we go.
All right, we're waiting for our time for Mr. Scott Goforth.
118.971.
118.971. 118.971.
Excellent time. I'm gonna check down here. It's kind of funny you said something about Danny maybe needing to wear a helmet. When Scott pulled off, he shot some debris over
Yeah,
at
he
Danny,
was ducking and covering.
I saw Danny reach for, to cover his face, and part of me was like, oh man, he just got hit with like a little pebble and something and got a nice little scratch, and I just saw him down there. He looks fine.
Yeah,
So
I think he was just
trying to cover up. So if I'm not
Being
mistaken,
careful.
this is Mr. Dex Browder in Misfit 2. Holy horsepower, Batman. Let's go.
Just hit it, boy. Just hit it.
nice run. Oh.
That's right. Okay,
Gotta
y'all,
love
guess
watching
what?
that kind of run right
We
there.
got skilled on that one too. It's 101.
101.169, 39.169.
39.169.
39169. Safe to say, fastest time right now.
Yeah.
We just went from a 257 and a 118 to a 39.
So that's the fastest time on Hill 2 today.
Yes, definitely.
Big power. Big power there, guys. And if I may, excellent chance to talk about suspension. All those reject fab buggies, they spend so much time with the suspension work. we just showed that it works. We just showed that it makes a huge difference because, you know, rather than having to check up on that hill like we saw some of the other buggies, you know, where they have issues where they're kind of bouncing up and down on it. When you have
They just soak it up.
Send it. Pedal to the floor, just take her to the top.
All right, this is Dustin Wheels.
Let it absolutely heat. Those big sticky tires are going to give it fast.
If Jesse and I are talking over each other, it's only because we can't hear each other when the buggies are running. We're just basically reading lips.
Hey, take some momentum right there. Oh.
If that trick was there, he would have taken out a flag.
Oh no!
There you go. That's what we're talking about right there, guys.
Please tell me that counted.
Nice run, man.
As far as I know.
Yes! There you go. You're in the time. I think you more try. Then he's like, all right, you gotta look like he wasn't watching. I backed up and just pinned him. I'm like, I'm not looking.
Good job, Matt. We're proud of you.
It should be pretty smooth now.
Now, I tell you what, we've got Matt Holt here in the production trailer. We're going to have to get him on screen here just shortly as we're
He's
watching.
pretty pumped. I would be too, Matt.
Justin Wheels finish his run here. We're just waiting for him to cross the finish line so we can get a time for him, and then we'll jump over to Matt Holt. Looks like he's throwing a little bit of something.
And he literally just got that put back together. He was in about 100 pieces after our last race.
Yeah, I was telling him that the front end, all the work that he's done there, man.
It got loaded by an excavator in pieces. Like, that's never a good thing.
And that was at Wildcat.
Yeah, he was. It was pretty brutal.
All right, we got Mr. Matt Holt. How good does it feel to finish both hills?
Complete both courses, and to be the first guy, the first rock bouncer to complete that dirt wall.
Absolutely.
It's pretty gnarly. Yeah, that top ledge, we went up there and checked it out during the break. He kind of knocked a little bit of the lip off. So, and what you have to do is kind of roll into it. We've seen Paul Wolf in a side-by-side, kind of roll up to it, and then once your tires start going up the hill, pin it and hold it, and again, hopefully you can land on top, and then once you get landed on top, kind of settle, then gas it again. So that was kind of the plan. Didn't really work out so well, so I had to back up a couple times, and finally they said, you're out of time. And Danny Smith did, and I said, can I have one more try? He's like, I don't care. Go ahead.
Right.
And I thought, you know what, I'm not lifting. I'm going to hold this thing. We're either going to roll over or we're going to make it. And luckily it was able to pull it out, so
there might have been some extra motivation for you.
Well, I cannot confirm or deny anything at this time. So.
Well, I'll tell you this: I don't think that there are two more proud people in the parking lot right here.
It was pretty awesome. To be the first guy to climb that dirt wall. It's kind of like DC Tom's a couple years ago at Blue Holler. Yep. To be the first guy to land, it's like making the bicycle ramp as a kid.
Yep.
Once you see 2 or 3 guys make it, you feel pretty confident. But being the first guy to back your bicycle up the hill and be like, all right, we're gonna do it. We could die, but we're gonna do it. So to be the first guy to do it is always, you always have to give that guy a little more confidence booster, a little more courage there. So, it was a good time. Like I said, hopefully Larry Crow came over. I was like, hey, I just showed you the way. No big deal, right? He's like, thanks, Matt. Thanks. I appreciate that. So again, I think kind of smoothing the top of it off makes it a little easier again as you're lopping the buggy up there. So I think you're gonna see a lot of big bouncers do that today. So I think you're gonna see quite a few big bouncers come up and try to drop it in. So.
Speaking of which,
here you go. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Matt Holt.
Good job, Matt.
Today. Congratulations.
Charlie Brown Jr. out on the course. Uh-oh. That doesn't sound good.
So Charlie Brown's got a lot of work in this engine. He's kind of... I got hit with a piece of work.
Did you?
It hit me right in the face.
Oh.
That's amazing. I mean, I am easily 150 feet away.
Are rattled.
Yeah. That's impressive to be throwing dirt that far.
All right, guys. Hang on, give me a second so I can hear. Justin Wheels' time was a 1:14.644.
Here, Adam Coates, you want to come on up here?
72.621 for Charlie. There you go.
Space.
And again, for Justin Wheels, it was a 114.644. Charlie Brown, 72.621. And Adam Coots is up here to talk to us.
So Adam Coots, on the big ledge up there, you pulled the first in-race full airborne
That was
backflip.
some acrobatic stuff.
It was that wasn't what hurt. The first jump hurt because I bellied out, but other than that, I mean, it was.
What were you thinking during your back?
Well,
I mean, I'm sure it probably all
I seen
happened
the
so
sky,
fast.
and then all of a sudden
Sky, dirt,
just
sky.
seen the dirt straight down, and I'm like, okay, I'm nose diving. And then once I nose dive, I was getting ready to tip over, and I just floored it and saved it. And then I was like, oh, okay. So then I shot it again. They said I had it, and then I broke the drive shaft.
Well, I got to give some love to Mr. Chris Griggs here. Chris has put a ton of time in since Wildcat.
Oh, back up, back up! Oh. That was some hang time.
Wow. You want to talk about eating your seat? I think I had part of that seat up in my pants. That was a tight one. Oh my goodness. Chris Griggs is out here to prove a point. Wow, I would definitely say he is one with the machine now.
I almost got to change my pants. I wasn't even in it.
Our announcer here is echoing my thoughts without a doubt.
The same sentiments all around. Oh no! Oh wow!
I got to give it to him. You know, he comes out to Wildcat, has some unfortunate breakage, like right on the beginning parts of the hill. But this guy right here,
hey, it's
he
still
can
not
drive.
over.
This guy can drive. To come out here in a you know, kind of half truggy style buggy and be
Look at him
able
go.
to do what he's
2
been able to
wheelies
do.
and a rollover in, and he's not done yet.
And without a doubt, hands down, the save of the weekend. You know, it's not a backflip.
Yeah.
I'll say that. But that was probably the longest wheelie I've seen.
We got
in
to
a
talk.
while.
What about Matt Holt? I mean,
Matt Holt, we just had him on,
I
talked
know.
about the completing of both.
Are you
hills.
not proud?
I'm very proud. And it was even out of time, so it was just for fun.
We're proud of him.
I think he's.
Good.
Actually
I hope they
scored a time.
We have an official time for Matt Holt.
He deserved it.
And Mr. Chris Griggs, Mr. No Quit, is up again, giving it everything he's got.
I'd say his front's a little too soft.
And man, after a good smooth run on
Adam
Hill
Cooch,
1.
thanks for coming up to the
Thank you,
trailer. I
guys.
hope
See
you
you,
get
Adam.
feeling a little bit better.
Be a long drive home by myself, but I'll get it.
Good to see you, brother. Thanks for coming up. Chris Griggs on course again, just showing us how much improvement has been done to the buggy. Shock tuning with Diddy's big block has really apparently made a huge difference here. It's let the driver's skill come through.
Chris Griggs.
Chris Rigg.
Grigg.
Grigg.
G-R-I-G-G.
Grigg. Thank you.
All right, this is Chris Grigg out there giving it a heck of a time in his Jeep. Not your traditional buggy, more like a truggy, but definitely gonna go out there and give it some heck.
Again, I gotta give just the biggest hats off to Chris. Everyone that's been running this hill has put on a crazy show for us today. And I know
Man, that was a heck of a run from Chris. I don't know what more you could do.
I'm not sure.
Some nice saves.
Yeah, multiple nice saves, and also I got to give you a little bit of props there. It was a little wild there up here at the production trailer for a second. We had people coming up, had conversations on the left over here, and I think we're going to probably have to extend our ropes for next race because you know. People are getting a little more friendly.
We got some spectators wandering in.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm glad Bree's been keeping track of times and holding it down for us.
We want the free T-shirt. Here we go.
All right, I think that means that we'll have Brandon Davis on the line next. We've got the guys from Extreme Mudding out here with the T-shirt cannon.
Brandon Davis on the line.
I want one of those. All right, everybody, we haven't said it in a while, so if you are just joining the fun here, you are watching the Holley EFI Northern Round number 2 presented by Venom Shifters. We are at Dirty Turtle Off-Road Park in Bedford, Kentucky this weekend, enjoying a weekend of beautiful weather, awesome sunshine today. I started out with a coat and a hoodie on this morning, down to the tank top now. It's beautiful out here.
Yep, I've got 2 shirts and a hoodie. I'm gonna have to start shedding layers here soon. Mr. Brandon Davis is on the line. And again, as always, Taylor's a new member of our team. Got to give him huge props for working the production booth and making sure that everything is proper on the screen.
All right, man, Menace is a lean, mean machine. Let's see what Brandon can do with this. He needs a race line step-ups. A lot of smoke coming out of it.
Okay.
That's going to be a quick run.
Is he okay?
That was super smooth.
All right, while we wait to get a time for Mr. Brandon Davis.
45.890, 45.890.
We got guys on the line.
45.890 for Brandon. That's a second place time right now. Dex Browder with a 39.1, the fastest time on Hill 2 currently, now followed by Brandon Davis with a 45, and then Charlie Brown Jr. with a 72. Wow, the guys are really spaced out on this hill.
Yeah, it's
not our typical cluster.
It's one shot or not right now. We got a couple of guys who are really having a straight run, and then some of the other guys are really having to take a couple stabs at it.
Cash LaCroix out on the course now. We've been talking about how Cash has been having some great races lately. He had a little bad luck in the bounty class earlier today.
Get up there.
Let's see what he can do with stand back now. Oh, man.
Get to. Again, he's running a TC built chassis with a lead.
Having deja vu to the UTV Bounty Hill earlier.
He's been getting used to that chassis.
All right, guys, we'll get him recovered, get him rolled back over.
There he is, lifted out like a superhero. Cash LaCroix is out of the buggy, safe.
That was adorable.
That was unexpected, no doubt. But it's good to see that they got Cash
I can get out of a buggy that easy.
I wish somebody could get me out like that, because that was. I mean, Cash just probably put the hands up and was right out of there.
I wasn't expecting that.
Very, very cool to see Cash. You know, stuff like that just reminds you that
most of the time to leave him just in the buggy.
Yeah,
it's a kid in there.
Get back down the hill.
That's pretty cool.
That was cute.
Cool. But always a pleasure to see Cash here. I know that he's going to be a little disappointed to have that DNF on hill number 2, but he still had a quick time.
Cash had some good runs yesterday.
He did.
In our unlimited class.
Hill 1 for the bouncer, so I think that he'll likely end middle of the pack somewhere if we keep the rate that we're going now.
Your RCB recovery crew up there getting flipped back over.
There he is. A great shot of Cash LaCroix and Jonathan Beck.
Key cool man Juju with us. Handy with
making sure that everybody's safe. Getting the buggy all nice and rolled over. Now you can obviously tell that it takes a little bit more recovery time to get a big bouncer out of the way other than a UTV. Those UTVs, a couple guys can pick them up. But Dirty Turtle Off-Road Park is always prepared. They've got the excavator up there and they're getting flipped over and they're going to get them off the hill. Hopefully that'll be just a few of those that need excavator recovery today. But we are having a great time here as the sun starts to come out at Dirty Turtle Off-Road Park. This is the Holley EFI Northern Series number 2 presented by Venom Shifters, and we're going to take just a quick break.
Affordable EFI is in sight now with Sniper EFI from Holley. Easy to install, self-tunes, and replaces most 4-barrel carbs. Forget cold start issues, hesitations, vapor lock, and flooding. Get big performance starting at just $999.95. Sniper EFI.
Eliminate burnt plug wires forever with Excel Ceramic Spark Plug Wires. High temperature double silicone construction makes them ideal for turbocharged and supercharged engines or any car with headers. Find a set for your application today at excel-ignition.com.
you're serious about installing the highest quality drivetrain products designed for high horsepower and bigger tires, there's only one choice. So get the power, performance, and confidence that comes with Yukon. Rev it, climb it, and rip it, knowing you're rolling the best in the industry. Built to perform, built to last. Yukon Gear and Axle.
Whether it's a quick trip or a slow climb. When you choose RCV Performance Axles, you're guaranteed to finish every time.
Eliminate burnt plug wires forever with Excel Ceramic Spark Plug Wires. High temperature double silicone construction makes them ideal for turbocharged and supercharged engines or any car with headers. Find a set for your application today at excel-ignition.com.
Welcome back to the race here at Dirty Turtle. I hope you guys enjoyed those commercials as much as we did. I love seeing our sponsors because some of those commercials have some really cool shots in there. All right, so I specifically requested you because I gotta say, this is Mr. Chris Grigg, right? Grigg.
Yes, sir, Grigg.
Okay. All right, so Chris Grigg here at the production booth.
11 years old. That's pretty impressive.
That's a hell of a show.
Thank you, man. I was doing everything I could to get up it.
So I know you did some shock tuning this weekend too.
Here, I'll let you hold this one.
Yeah, absolutely.
First time holding the mic.
There you go. A little bit of shock tuning this weekend, but you know the last time we saw you was at Wildcat, right?
Yes, sir. That was my first race with y'all.
And there was you had a little bit of issues. I know that on Hill 2, I think you had a shock come out. You know, there's some things going on. You did a lot of changes since then. Tell me about those changes.
Changed the front link geometry. Put a load bolt in the front end. Went to a different set of axle shafts. Put an anti-kickback valve in the steering, changed the fuel cell. It's been a busy month.
Yeah, I believe it. I mean, I saw pictures where, I mean, the whole front end was just completely out of the car. So all that work, all that shock tuning seems to have paid off. My goodness. Coming through that suspension, that rad flow suspension section, it looks smooth. Coming up the hills, it looks responsive, it looks smooth. But man,
well done on those saves too.
Thank you.
That was some hang time.
How did you feel? Because there's a little bit of delay in the live stream. So before the live stream saw it, I heard the crowd, and by the time I turned around, you're 100% straight up in the air, and you're almost coming back down that ledge. How'd you save it? What'd it feel like?
Slam it in reverse and hit the gas and pray.
What were you thinking? I mean, what's going through your mind?
I'm thinking I busted my tail to get here. I'm going to do everything I can to get this buggy out of the top of the hill.
There you go. Well, all right. Chris Grigg, thanks for coming up here today, man. I hope that this is a more familiar face more often. I'm looking forward to seeing you more.
Absolutely. And while I got you here, I want to give a big shout out to Chris Wygat, Diddy's Big Block Race Shop, did my shocks for me, East Coast Gear Supply, Cutler Fab, and Lugging Up 4x4 for helping me out.
Thanks a lot, Chris. We're looking forward to seeing you more.
Thanks, Chris.
Absolutely. Thank you.
See ya.
All right.
You want to know Cooper's time?
Please. So as we're getting ready here, I believe that
I'm looking at the wrong page.
it looks like everybody's ready, and we've got a driver off the line here. This looks like that's a Tim Cameron buggy for sure.
Here we go.
I'm thinking that this is Jed Harper.
He's also running a TC built chassis. Again, taking that bypass takes a little more time, but...
Fourth, I think. Fourth.
Here we go.
On hill 2. Oh, overall.
Overall.
Kind of feeling it out.
So these are overall times.
Yeah.
Close run for Cooper Bentley, no doubt, in the UTV class, but we're sitting here watching Jed Harper in the big bouncer take on the Yukon Wall.
Come on, guys, let's get him going. Let's holler at him. Let's help him out. Come on, let's help him out. Help him out. Help him out. Danny Smith and Timmy Cameron up there, giving him some help. All right, guys, we got it right here.
I have a feeling Jed's about to launch it.
Bottom of that pit's getting pretty mushy right now, so it's hard for him to bounce up here. Trying to find that sweet line.
Come on, Jed. No, he's trying to find that perfect line.
Come on, guys, we're gonna get the
I think he's just going to have to send it, though.
Come on, get up there, Jed.
That looks like it's going to be the line for him right there, what he was just running.
Jed's coming from Southern Illinois. He's one of only 2 rock bouncer drivers from Illinois. Hey, this is all I got left right here. This is all I got left. Hey! No more rest of the day. William Stone, 2019 King of Hammers rock bouncer champion.
Tiffany, I think there's about 8 drivers until Jack. Something like that.
So it looks like Jed Harper's going to go ahead and take a DNF for this hill. Unfortunate, because he had a quick time for the first one, but sometimes it's just a better choice to not go out there and then.
He got on there and felt it out and decided to save the buggy, I think.
Sometimes that's the right decision.
That's what I did yesterday.
I get it.
So,
I get it.
let the buggy live to ride another day.
That's right. Sometimes that's the best choice.
I think that means we'll have Kenneth Cozine on the course next.
Get Jed Harper running a TC built chassis. Got a brand new set of super.
Man, we have an awesome crowd here at Dirty Turtle today. The weather's beautiful, and I think everybody was anxious to and ready to get out, watch some racing, hang out, ride. Got some good food down here.
It's been a great weekend. It's been a great weekend, and we're a little almost halfway through our list here. It's going great so far.
You know, I'm sad that this is our last series race until August.
It'll be a little while.
I mean, we'll have Visions in the summer. That'll be fun. And I believe Hillside Live is going to be bringing the Pro Rock race live from Mid-America in a few weeks. But yeah, other than that, we have to find something else to do with our weekends.
That's right. Kenneth Cozine off the line. This is not Scott Goforth. The other red buggy.
Bad donkey in the house. Bad donkey. Making quick work of that first one. See what he's going to do up top. Here we go.
Now Kenneth is a notorious, fully committed send-it driver, so I fully expect him to just launch it here.
Oh! I think that's the most air we've seen yet out the top of this hill. Timmy Martin, Tim Cameron is going to be one of our last drivers to run. We are not quite halfway through our list yet for the Branik Motorsports Bouncer Cup, Hill 2.
And this is Kenneth Cozine at Bad Donkey.
So far, the fastest time on this hill is Dex Browder's 39.1, then Brandon Davis with a 45, and then Charlie Brown Jr. with a 72.
Trying to get that front axe up there so it'll hang and drop down. He has a little bit more ground clearance than normal, so he can kind of...
so from this angle, that step up really doesn't look like much. But believe me when I say, the cameras don't do it justice. I climbed up this hill during our lunch break. A lot of the drivers were up there supervising as Brandon Davis scooped some of the mud out of the bottom with the excavator and made the hill a little safer. Took a little bit off the top ledge as well. And it's steep and it's tall.
Yep, it's just the perfect wheelbase.
It looks like a ramp right here, but it's not.
and the thing about it too is it's the perfect length where it's the wheelbase of it all. You know, as soon as the front tires go over the top, the back tires start to hit it, so it's just enough to balance it out there.
Matt just came up and counted the drivers we've had and said he's sitting in the top 6 right now.
That's correct. That is correct.
We are excited for Matt. Huh? Not here. I don't know about that. Sorry. All right, this is Kenneth Cozine on the course. Like Jed just did, trying to find that line. I don't know if it's an imaginary line.
It's been climbed.
You think it's
so it's there.
The line, the magical line that is the fastest line.
Yeah.
It is there. Somebody's gonna find it.
Yeah, I will say that.
I don't think it's gonna be like that.
Come on, let's get the bad donkey up the hill.
I think a lot of these guys are really trying to think about, I mean, it's either you know you're gonna make it or you give it a try and you know you're gonna go backwards, right?
You know, we don't have any races for a while now. Even those that plan on racing Pro Rock in you got a few weeks. Yeah. I'm gonna say some of these guys might have that in mind, knowing that they don't have to keep their buggy in one piece for next weekend's race or whatever, and just be a little more willing to send it on this hill. All right, did he time out?
I think he's going to time out here, and we're going to go ahead and get Kenneth Cozine off the hill. A little unfortunate because he had a 31-second run on hill number 1, so it'll be a DNF for Kenneth. And we're going to keep shuffling bouncers. I will say it's nice to have a little bit of downtime because it makes sure our pits can get the next drivers ready to go, and that way we can have a fast, seamless race. And I always say it's a little better to go ahead and back off the hill than have to pull you off in an excavator.
Definitely. A lot better.
One thing I love about what I've seen here at Dirty Turtle is there is so many kids out running and playing in the dirts, climbing on the hills, having a good time. And
they don't even
dirty.
care about what's happening over here. They're just having a blast doing their own hillside climb.
Just the cluster of children that are like running around the
like
park.
A giant playground.
Absolutely awesome to see. Nice to see a family environment out here at a race. We love to see the whole family out here having fun. And it looks like we've got a driver off the hill or off the line here.
I think this is John McGreeny. Oh!
That gnarly busted knuckle chassis.
Come on.
I think that's our first full bicycle we've seen coming into the creek like that.
Here we go.
Oh, he's got it easy. That's the line right there.
Come on, John.
I love watching these chassis work because the back end of them, they just kind of float like a Cadillac. You know, an old school Cadillac kind of has that slow bounce to it. And if you watch the rear end as he keeps going, it'll kind of just has that Cadillac float to it. So I love watching these cars.
All right, let's watch that rear end, y'all.
Hey, eyes on the prize. I think he's going to go ahead and back off.
Oh, no.
Not 100% sure there, but possibly a reason he's going to go ahead and back off. But I'm going to think it's a steering issue, considering that turned into a 3-point turn pretty quick.
All right, give it up for him, everybody.
Well, that is unfortunate, but glad to have John out racing again with us today. We first saw him at Wildcat earlier this season, a few weeks ago. And he had a good run on Hill 1. Larry Krogh is on the line now. Larry's mom, Miss Kathy, came over and chatted with us a little this morning and said he'd been having some issues, but it seemed like he got everything straightened out.
I know
maybe
yesterday,
some motor or transmission issues.
Yesterday it was transmission, or I guess the past week or so it's been transmission. He was up at Fritz a lot this week, and it sounded like it was engine stuff, possibly last night, today. But during Hill 1, it looked like it was all sorted out. Sounds like it's running.
Sounds all right to me.
Beautiful buggy. Another unique.
Another.
Hey, if it's
busting into the Laser Nut Lazy River.
Hopefully he can find a forward gear.
So I will say, we just said that he spent the entire previous week.
Speaking of transmission.
Yeah, getting that transmission worked on, but that transmission was screaming and going full force, but it looks like it looks like that transmission's going to be broken.
Oh man.
I would say.
Man, he came into that creek and up that hill wide open.
You hate to see that, especially for one of our regulars, but Larry Krogh is going to get a DNF due to transmission.
Take a look at that.
Billy, top 5 so far is Dex Browder with a 39, followed by Brandon Davis with a 45, then Charlie Brown Jr. with a 72.
Looks like they'll get him drug off the course.
Scott Goforth with a 118, and Matt Holt with a 257, and everybody else has been a DNF.
And we're just about
We just had 5 DNFs in a row.
Yes, I hope it gets fixed. I just can't help but look around this park and just see how many people are out here enjoying the sport, enjoying the racing. And like Bree always says, I hope we can see it the next race, because we're having a great time here today. And we are today at the Holley EFI Northern Series round number 2, presented by Venom Shifters. And we are watching the Branik Motorsports Bouncer Cup. And unfortunate for Larry Krogh. That really bites, because it's been an issue. And his mom we talked to this morning, and
again, this
you
would
know,
be a great time to
it's
head
so
over to
funny,
Merch Trailer,
you know, when you
which is
say like
located directly
so and so's
behind you
mom
guys.
came up to the
You can
production
head over
booth,
there,
you know,
get
you
your West Keen
think,
bracelets.
okay, you
They
know,
also have some West Keen posters. That are
probably,
pretty awesome.
you know, 18, 17-year-old driver, but Miss Krog's out here in.
This is a family sport.
Yeah.
Everybody's involved.
She's fully supportive of her son, and man, it's just absolutely beautiful to see her out here making her way around the race courses and things like that. So
We have Sally Weber on the show right now. I know Angie Bacon was watching earlier.
gotta love those moms again.
And happy early Mother's Day. That's probably what you're about to say.
Absolutely.
To all of our rock racing moms out there.
That's right. All the moms that wish they were here, and to all the moms that wish they weren't. They got dragged here. Thanks for being here with us. Tomorrow is y'all's day, and I hope you guys have an excellent Mother's Day.
There's a little tour through the pits
Can I let you
from
know
Eagle Eye Productions.
on a little secret?
That's a super unfortunate run.
One of the main
I like
reasons
secrets.
that I keep highlighting the fact that it's Mother's Day is always to show appreciation to our moms, but we have a lot of gentlemen that watch this show.
Yes.
And it's a
that
healthy
might
reminder.
need a reminder.
Healthy reminder. I gave a reminder on Friday, and it's a nice reminder on Saturday. Got to take care of mom.
Make sure you treat your mama.
That's right. So for all the guys watching that just heard us talk about it, I hope that you have something squared away for mom.
Shout out to Gary and for doing a nice job getting our pits organized. I'm just going to call her the pit boss from now on.
The pit boss is doing great today.
I think it applies.
to go yet. Jake Pike's up on the hill.
Casino, racetrack.
Danny Smith.
Either way.
Racetrack management is tough. I tried to do it for the first time, and I had 6 drivers last night, and it was all kinds of chaos.
You got a taste of.
I was just pointing at people saying, "You're up," and they're like, you know, not ready, no race suits and everything like that. So I did a good job.
You're just like, you get to the starting line.
I told some people they were first, and then they ended up going third. So cheers to those guys. We had a blast last night, though. It was absolutely awesome.
It was fun. I just want to say, what were there, like 6 of us or something that were racing on the short course track? We had a ton of fun. We mentioned Paul earlier. Man, he was moving through the course, and then he sent a wheel flying off into the air.
Out into space.
James had clutch issues and still managed to pull out barely the fastest time.
In pre-running, he had clutch
Yes.
issues. He started that race by turning it on and just yanking it in gear.
And Dad and I, we decided instead of going one at a time like everyone else did just for a time, Dad and I wanted to just race each other on the track. I was in the 4-seater, lovingly known as Big Booty Judy, Judy for short, and Dad was in the Patriot. And it was super fun until Judy jumped out of gear twice and cost me the race. I was in the lead, and I had to pull over and get past before I got back in gear. Those whoops on the backside of the short course track, if you've ever been out here,
It's rough.
I am not a fan.
Rough.
Not a fan at all.
I was told by the owner of Dirty Turtle when we were getting the race set up that those whoops were added this week.
Ugh.
They were tall. They hadn't had
That
the
was a
top
terrible
chopped off
idea.
of them, and they're just about the right distance for a UTV. So I don't know how.
Just
I hit
about the wrong
4-seater.
distance for a 4-seater.
Yeah, I'll tell you this.
It was rough.
So I didn't actually get a chance to
All right,
race
we'll
yesterday.
get started real
Mr.
quick.
Cutter Sorensen, our 5-year-old UTV Cup driver, he wanted a chance to take the old dirt bike around the track, and we were short on time, so I gave Cutter my spot to race, and he had an awesome
nice of
time. 2 laps to go. It's okay because I got some pre-running in, and I did 2 styles over the whoops. I did, you know, the bus rider style where you take it slow like that, and then I tried the super high speed, and I
tried to hit it fast. We did 2 laps during the race. The first one, I was ahead of Dad, so I was like, I'm just going to hit it as fast as I can and see what happens.
Yep,
And some of the spectators that had been on the other side of the fence talked to you later, like, girl, you hit that thing like Evel Knievel coming through there. I was like,
I'll tell you this.
trying.
I was doing 45, and 45 was nowhere near fast enough to get over those whoops. It needed. I was thinking. I think 60 was probably
Yeah,
my
I wasn't going fast enough either.
because I went for a donkey ride. It was bad.
And then I hit it slow the second time because I was like, well, that sucked the first
Even
lap.
worse.
And I still, it was enough to knock it out of gear both times.
Yeah,
And that's the only reason that Dad beat me.
whoops.
I'm going to stick, that's my story.
Whoops are a
Sticking to
driver
it.
skill on top. It's a level of
I
commitment.
don't have it. Not for those.
When you got a foot and a half or so dips up and down, it's very intimidating to really send it wide open.
It was super fun though.
Commit, it's just as bad as no commit.
I gotta admit, I woke up. I'm a little sore this morning. I haven't done that in a long time. Like I torqued my wrist, my neck's sore from rolling over yesterday. I was like, man, I'm not in race shape anymore.
We were talking this morning, and I think I woke up and my forearms were sore from holding on to the steering wheel so tight yesterday. But
you don't realize until it's over.
That's right. I do have word that we do have a driver on the line. We're trying to get everything course cleared, waiting for the driver to get everything fired up, and then we should be back to racing here in just a few moments. And again, congratulations to James Cottrell for winning the officially unofficial Racing on the Rocks time trials. I've got word we're going to take just a short break, and we'll be back here in just a few minutes after these commercials.
When you're serious about installing the highest quality drivetrain products designed for high horsepower and bigger tires, there's only one choice. So get the power, performance, and confidence that comes with Yukon. Rev it, climb it, and rip it, knowing you're rolling the best in the industry. Built to perform, built to last. Yukon Gear and Axle.
Affordable EFI is in sight now with Sniper EFI from Holley. Easy to install, self-tunes, and replaces most 4-barrel carbs. Forget cold start issues, hesitations, vapor lock, and flooding. Get big performance starting at just $999.95. Sniper EFI.
Eliminate burnt plug wires forever with Excel Ceramic Spark Plug Wires. High temperature double silicone construction makes them ideal for turbocharged and supercharged engines or any car with headers. Find a set for your application today at excel-ignition.com.
All right, we are back here with a guest host, Mr. Cutter Sorensen. Cutter, how you doing today, buddy?
Good.
Do you have something you want to come up here and tell us about?
No, I just wanted to come up here.
Oh, okay. Well, cool. Glad to have you up here, man.
You just wanted to come hang out?
Did you have fun last night doing the short course race on your dirt bike?
Yeah.
What was your favorite part? Was it the jumps or was it being able to go super fast down the track?
On the turns.
You like the turns more? That's pretty cool.
On a big turn, it was really fun. I got up on the wall.
Do you think that,
was
you
a
want to
fun
do some more
spot.
short course in the future?
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool, definitely. So how much dirt bike racing are you doing these days?
About like 13 already.
You've done 13 races? That's crazy. That's more than your UTV you've been doing there.
Yeah.
Well, we're glad to have you up here for sure. Turn around and let everybody see that mullet, man. That's power. Let me see the back of it. Look at that.
That's solid.
Amazing. Amazing, man.
All right, guys, I'm going to do a quick rundown of our top 6 right now. I realize I had left a timeout when I told you earlier. So Dex Browder with the fastest time right now of a 39 in first, and then Brandon Davis in second with a 45. Then Charlie Brown Jr. with a 72. Then Justin Wheels with a 114. Scott Goforth with a 118, and Matt Holt in our 6th place with a 257, and everyone else has been a DNF so far. We are halfway through Hill 2 with the Branik Motorsports Bouncer Cup.
Sarah Sorensen.
I just heard your mom's name. Did she win something?
I think she won. We're doing a little bit of park trivia here while we're waiting for the intermission.
Whose mom?
And the question,
Your mom. I heard your mom's name. Maybe she won something.
the question was, and I'd be curious to know if our
I don't know. I
listeners
just heard
know,
him say Sarah Sorensen.
who has been driving the longest with the Southern Rock Racing Series that is here today? You can't answer because I think it's clear to us. But I would love for those watching the live feed, who has been driving the longest with the Southern Rock Racing Series that has raced today. I'll give you a hint. They raced on Hill 1 already, but I don't believe they've raced Hill 2.
All right, a little trivia question for y'all. All right, I think we've got, let's see.
Our Eagle
Nope,
Eye
nothing happening yet.
Productions- Eagle
There
Eye
it
Productions
is.
drone,
Justin Williams is on the course.
Here we go.
In Screaming Green, or I'm sorry if they've renamed it.
Justin coming up.
Somebody let me know.
Running that new Plowboy buggy.
Hey, did you see
Showing off that rear
one
end.
where he got so close, but he backed up and almost went down the whole hill?
Oh my goodness. Cutter just informed me that it was a rowdy day.
He was out on the track last night and broke a drive shaft, so they welded that back together this morning. He thought, hey, I'm going to give it a college try.
He's got it if he's there.
Like, he's fine.
Come on, let's get fouled up.
Oh! That was a whole lot of flexing going on there.
Absolutely.
You can see what a tight spot this last of our race line step-ups is. Oh, flag down. I think that's the least of his worries right now.
Yeah, a little bit of a mild penalty concerned or considering where he's at right now.
I believe he did get a flag, so it'll be a 30-second penalty.
All right, we have a couple guesses for the answer to Jesse's trivia question.
What you got?
We have several Randall Keys, a couple Tim Camerons, and a Scott Goforth.
Bree, you know the answer?
Randall Key.
That is correct.
As far as I know.
Randall Key has been with us for...
Since the beginning.
I mean, since forever, you know? The guy's on the Southern Rock Racing Series trailer, for crying out loud. He is one of the very few that's been here since forever and has continued to race with us. Cutter, how long do you think you're going to be racing with us?
For over, like, probably a year. Probably
Okay.
like 10 years.
Okay, anywhere from a year to 10 years, I like it. It's optimistic. I think it's good to have long-term goals.
Well, until you guys stop doing buggy racing, I will.
I don't know if they're gonna stop.
All right, he's in it for the long haul then.
That's right. It's good to hear that we'll get to watch you grow up, sir.
And I already have one.
All right, I think.
Again, this is his first time taking that buggy out. He just bought it.
Justin is.
Big buggy raced on that. And I got my
Yeah, that rope got you, didn't it?
Yeah. Well, it really wasn't a rope. It was wire.
It's like a steel cable, I think.
And one was sticking out and got me. It's sunnier than yesterday. Even drier than yesterday. Hey, it's sunnier than yesterday.
This is a new industrial buggy coming through.
Yes, it's a beautiful day out here, isn't it? I know. It's so bright without my sunglasses, but then I can't see the screen when I put them on, so I have to wear them like this right
It
now.
looked like he had some steering issues when he was about halfway up. So. Okay, who wants a t-shirt? Hold your hands up for a t-shirt.
All right, looks like Justin is about off the hill.
The Extreme Muddin guys are out again with the t-shirt cannon.
Everybody is loving the t-shirt cannon
But
today.
off of the line, we've got to... You're going to have to go
All
out
right,
and get one. You might have to grab
Daniel Heckley is on the course.
I'm sure they'll give one to you, Cody.
Daniel Heckley in the smoked out buggy.
Danny's running the smoked
Yeah,
out
that would
buggy.
be a little tough for you, wouldn't it?
One of our point contenders for the season.
Oh!
Man!
Right. He's on his head.
Yeah, that's probably gonna take a minute.
Yeah, that's right in the spot where you don't want to be.
What do you mean?
It's just real tight to get to right there.
That makes 7 DNFs in a row right now on Hill 2. Our top 6 has not changed. Those are our only 6 times so far.
I really want a shirt.
Go out there and see if you can catch one.
Yeah, go grab one.
Catch it like a football. Or just walk up to him and ask for one, because who's not going to give a cute kid a shirt? All right, 7 DNFs in a row.
He's back racing again. He had a pretty violent wreck at the Bikini Bob's a few races ago.
What?
He came back, was back the next race, battling like
We
crazy.
are just enjoying a little bit of downtime here while we're trying to get Daniel recovered. You know, the thing about having these like man-made dugouts is when they flip over like that, it's really hard to get an excavator in there to them. Basically, what they're going to have to do in this scenario is hook something to the front and just pull them on over. So it just takes time now.
Takes a little longer than just being able to get a group of guys in there and roll them back over.
Right, and people all the time, you know, want to kind of, I don't want to say criticize, but say the hills aren't hard enough, you know, things like that. So there's a healthy balance, and you know, it's not necessarily at one park that you're going to get one easy hill and one super hard hill. You may get one park that's completely fast on both hills, one park that's really steep on both hills, or you know, you may get like today, where we have one really fast hill and then you have a big bounty hill for that as well. So I like the mix up. I like the little bit of change up between hill course design, stuff like that, but you know, the harder the hill, the more recovery time it takes.
Yep, hill 1 went nice and fast. So it was just a good smooth hill. I think we knew that this was going to be a possibility on hill 2 for sure though. So nice balance today. What do you think, Cutter, of the hills that we're racing on today?
I think they're hard.
Even the first one? You thought that one was hard?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, fair enough. Different perspectives. What's your favorite thing about racing?
Is how fast you can try to do.
Yeah. You like going fast all the time?
Yeah.
I could see that about you. Does the mullet make you go faster?
No.
It's just to be cool?
Yeah.
We've got a great shot here from Eagle Eye right over the shoulder. I can hear the swarm of bees behind us, and it's right in camera here. You can see that just over Bree's shoulder is our drone, and there's a great shot of that mullet. Just pure power. There it is. But always great to get a chance to look into the production trailer. Cutter Wayne Sorensen taking up the entire screen.
Look at that mean mug.
I absolutely love it. So glad to have Eagle Eye Productions out here with us.
Can we get a spectator shot? Get a crowd shot?
So we're just giving you a nice look here through the race course. There's our nice laser nut, lazy river over the race course of the Holley EFI Mountain. And there's a good look at all of our spectators there who are enjoying the race today. And a good look at those beautiful Kentucky hills. Glad to have everybody out here today. We actually have a almost full, kitchen brought right here down on the hill. There's a line of vendors right there, and one of those includes a full assembly line for hamburgers, cheeseburgers, and everything else. If you did not come to today's race, you are definitely missing out, because this has been one of the most spectator-friendly races I think I've been to during my time here with the NRRA. And on the right there, that's where our traditional Dirty Turtle hills normally are. Those are the really crazy monster hills. But to the left is where we're racing today on the creek.
All right, guys.
Go ahead, Bree.
We are going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Eliminate burnt plug wires forever with Excel Ceramic Spark Plug Wires. High-temperature double silicone construction makes them ideal for turbocharged and supercharged engines or any car with headers. Find a set for your application today at excel-ignition.com.
you're serious about installing the highest quality drivetrain products designed for high horsepower and bigger tires, there's only one choice. So get the power, performance, and confidence that comes with Yukon. Rev it, climb it, and rip it, knowing you're rolling the best in the industry. Built to perform, built to last. Yukon Gear and Axle.
Whether it's a quick trip or a slow climb. When you choose RCV Performance Axles, you're guaranteed to finish every time.
Alright, welcome back. It is just me and Mr. Cutter Sorensen up here hanging out. We are at the beautiful Dirty Turtle Off-Road Park. I have to say that I was just enjoying the weather here, and I remembered when I drove in this morning, it was crisp and cool. Cutter is showing off his brand new The King of the Mountain RC Bouncer Race sticker that he got from Mr. Curtis Hazard. Curtis runs all of our RC hills. He designs them, makes them, builds them, the entire 9 yards, and he's got his own complete circuit that he runs up in the Northeast. So happy to have Curtis down here with us, and thank you, Curtis, for the stickers, buddy. But on my way in this morning, beautiful, watching the sunrise, running through the Kentucky hills, and then the next thing I know, I'm coming in on my truck and I see a squirrel in the road, and me and Mr. Squirrel, we made eye contact, and a couple of road bumps later, Mr. Squirrel was with the trees in heaven. So I poured one out for our good buddy the squirrel, but other than that, it was a flawless morning this morning. The weather's turned out to be beautiful here today. It's turned out to be a great day of racing. Now's a good time to always ask, where are you guys coming in from? Where are you watching from? What are you doing? And are you enjoying the live feed coverage today? Because we're having a lot of fun out here. We're just waiting on one recovery as of right now. You having fun, Cutter? All right. What's that?
I'm gonna go right again.
Yeah, you ought to go out for a little run there.
It'll kick us off the live stream. Kick us off the live stream if they recognize us.
We're getting just a little bit of word here. We're making sure that everybody is getting course clear. The production stuff is all going smooth to everybody, and we are waiting for Mr. Daniel Heckley to get off of the race course. Yeah, he just did a little tight spin. It looks like we've got him off there. What seems to have taken so long is it looks like Daniel, his buggy doesn't have power of its own, so they had to get out there and push it out themselves. So hopefully that buggy's not in any kind of carnage state. But it's good to see that they're going to get it off the hill here. Kind of funny, they just seem to push it down the hill there. I don't think I've seen that maneuver before.
And the guy's inside of it.
But all right, we have Mr. Randall Key, I believe, getting ready to line up. I know we're going to verify course clear before we start running him, but Randall Key is our OG rock bouncer of the day, and he's about to take off for hill number 2 in the Branik Motorsports Bouncer Cup. Randall Key ready and ripping on the line. I heard the engine fire up there.
Lucas, your stuff's on the screen.
All right, we got Randall Keys. He drives with his hands only. He has hand controls. He is paralyzed from the waist down. He also has rear steer.
All right. Randall had a good run on hill 1. I'd love to see him get another finish for hill 2 today.
So his gas, his brake, his shifting, and front and rear steer all ran by his hands.
Oh no!
Oh man, that stinks.
That's the.
All right, get to him, guys.
That's almost the exact same as Daniel, isn't it?
Yeah.
Man, hate to see that for Randall. Shout out to our recovery crew for working hard and being so quick on their feet out there, quick to get everybody all the help that they need on the hill. And to all of the drivers and media guys that are up on the hill and quick to lend a hand as well. It helps keeping things go smoothly.
Sadly, I did not bring
I gave away this will be 2,000.
Like legendary old school buggy that used to get beat on all the rock bouncer hills.
I saw that. I saw his picture on here.
If I'm not mistaken, there's a classic video of a cable hill run where it looked like a kind of an Ultra 4 car is up there. It's like one of the most viewed videos on YouTube when it comes to rock bouncing. Just shooting water everywhere. And I think that very car, one of the original rock bouncers, just drove by. Obviously,
I don't remember that, so I can't say.
That's a piece of rock bouncing history right there.
I did earlier.
Was Danny Smith driving it?
Danny Smith was not driving this one. Danny Smith has his ghost driver out here for him. So
Danny came up last night at the track and he said, I was in the car on the way here watching the live feed, and Jesse said, I just saw Danny Smith drive by. Danny's like, I'm right here.
Yep, was not him. Just a look-alike out there.
All right, everyone's going to get to watch me eat my chips now.
That's okay. I think people don't mind watching somebody eat, but as long as they don't hear you.
Yeah.
Nothing's worse than listening to somebody eat food.
I listened to your podcast, The Shop, yesterday.
Thanks, man.
Tim Bacon, Little Tim. I did a great podcast.
Thank you, man. That's a classic. That's a while ago.
It is. I listened to his. I listened to Brandon Davis.
Yep.
And I was going to listen to your guys' next.
Yeah.
That's good.
I think
get info.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Matt Holt's just talking about listening to the Racing on the Rocks podcast that I host, and he mentioned listening to the one with Lil Tim Bacon and Brandon Davis, and actually Bree here as well. When the last couple times I talked to Bree on the show, the first one was pretty much about Bree, just completely about her story, and all of this stuff is available on YouTube and
Make me sound a little bit
and Spotify. Why is that?
egotistical there.
Oh, no. I mean, the goal of the podcast episodes is for...
It's to get to know people.
Yeah, absolutely. It's an uninterrupted format where, I think I have 93 episodes up right now. So it's well over 150 hours of interviews with guys from the rock bouncing, Ultra 4. I mean, I have everyone from two-time King of the Hammers champions, all the way to manufacturers, and basically you just get a chance to tell your story, tell them who you are, where you come from, how you ended up where you ended up, and everything in between. It's a really special story just to get a chance to hear, how Lauren Healy got his first Jeep, how he, fun fact about Lauren Healy, two-time King of the Hammers champion. He's one of the owners of the Fun Haver team. He actually got started in competitive off-roading because back in the, I think it was the 90s, to get red label BFG crawlers like they use out west for those, really sticky version of the BFG tire, you had to have a competition, card. So he went in to a competition, competed just so he could buy those tires and use them on his trail rig and just go have fun. But he said he ended up loving the experience, enjoying the competitions, and it just developed there into where he is now one of the, most iconic off-road drivers there are. I'm still waiting on my Shannon Campbell interview. I'm still waiting on a few guys out there, but the podcast, Racing on the Rocks, has interviewed
You know
Tim
what, Jesse?
Cameron. What's that?
I've interviewed Shannon Campbell before.
How dare you?
Back in the 4x4 Nation days, I barely even knew who those Ultra 4 guys were.
Yeah.
But we were all at Superlift.
Yep.
And sneaked in a little interview somehow.
Yeah, very cool
What?
stuff to have
You want
those
some?
guys. But
Hey, these chips are
again,
crazy salty.
Facebook or Instagram, just search Racing on the Rocks, and it'll get you there, and you'll get a chance to listen to, like I said, over 150 hours of interviews with all these drivers.
Awesome. I say we were listening to the. I got to listen to you and Little Tim. Great interview. Talks a little bit about the history of a rock bouncing sport as far as they go. He said my dad's been doing it back before there was even a competition. We just went out and hit trails and hit big rocks, and I say. The whole Bree family. So that's your dad. Chad is out here running around somewhere. So he had that crazy.
Patriot yesterday.
Yeah, I seen that crazy little side by side he built. So kind of excited to see how that worked on a flat track. I think that thing would decimate all.
I think he needs.
I raced it last night on the short course.
How to do?
It was good.
It was good.
It doesn't quite have the power.
Yeah.
It's got a little low gear. The gears are a little low, and I think he said he wants to put some big power in there. So
the handling on the corners though, because it's so low to the ground,
yeah.
He was like,
You could hear it when he was back here, just like wah wah. I'm like, man, me and Kroger saying, dude, that'd be just vicious on a short course.
Absolutely.
That thing was started being built like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So things change so fast.
Yeah. Well, there's so much design that goes into it. It's like. Laser Nut. A lot of their stuff is so designed. It's incredible,
Yeah. And speaking of Laser Nut, I've talked to Cody Wagner, the owner of Laser Nut and the Laser Nut race team. Probably 3 times on the podcast.
Oh yeah,
He probably is my most regular.
Cody's
guest.
a very interesting guy. He's a good dude.
He is, and he's always got something to say.
Yes.
I like Cody.
All right, here we go.
All right, Jay Storts.
Thanks for Matt Holt jumping into the production team here. I appreciate you.
All I got.
Tiffany. So Cole Shirley is saying, Jesse, that the rig that you were talking about on Grey Rock was Peter Basler's old car.
Yes.
That was not it, I don't think, that you saw. Similar. Jay Storts throwing down on hill 2.
But Bree, I think you're right. I had heard that machine had been torn down at some point or something along those lines, that it wasn't in the same pieces.
That would look similar though.
Man, somebody sent their fabricator a video of that and said, "We'll
so
do
many
this."
doppelgangers that Jesse's spotting here at Dirty Turtle this weekend.
I need to get my eyes checked, no doubt.
Repping a Krog Show shirt. Super bummed he had a transmission issue today, but he's just gonna have a guy airing it out.
I'm good, thank you. I just took down a Gatorade here as the sun is starting to come out here, and we're watching Jay Stewart's. I'm not sure if he's backing off the hill or if he's trying to get lined up.
He's rolled it over a couple times.
It's a beautiful day here at Dirty Turtle Off-Road Park. We are here for the Holley EFI Northern Round number 2, presented by Venom Shifters. And this is the Branik Motorsports Bouncer Cup. We are halfway through, a little more than halfway through Hill 2. Looks like Jay is calling it quits on the hill.
Sometimes if your gut is just telling you no, it's probably best just to back off there.
9 DNFs in a row.
Woo. Hearing that buggy come down that hill, I think there might actually be some mild breakage there because it's making a few
I wouldn't
more
be
noises
surprised
than
for
normal.
for him deciding to quit like that. Not a typical Jay fashion.
Agreed.
Tiffany, I think Jack should be up next. If our running order is still intact.
Also, speaking of podcast interviews for Racing on the Rocks, Cole Shirley, get back to me. We've tried to set it up a couple times.
Called him out.
Cole Shirley, get back to me.
Cole, the world wants to hear your story.
Absolutely.
Who's on the start line?
I do enjoy picking on everybody because I know how busy everybody is, because I know how busy I am, and there's people out there that are far more busy than me. So I always give people a hard time because we'll get everybody on eventually. It just takes a matter of time.
Okay, we got Jack going.
All right, Jack Porter is on the line. He is off the line. There he goes.
Got Jack Porter in the Venom buggy. Kid, you can head over to the merch tent, get some Venom shifters. I run a Venom shifter in my buggy.
I always like to say that it's a Jack attack on this hill.
He ripped off 2 shocks at the last race. There you go, get up there.
Nice. I've done a lot of traveling with Jack over the last few years of doing this series. Often when we head out further west, I'll meet up with him and hitch a ride or whatever. So we spend a lot of time in the truck. And I like to do what's called tech talk. If I'm riding with my dad or Jack, somebody like that, we do tech talk. So tech talk with Jack, we talk about all kinds of stuff.
I'm not exactly sure why.
Learn all kinds of new things.
Now, something new that actually Clyde pointed out to me, because this obviously is coming out of Clyde's shop
Jack,
here.
get up there.
He's driving the Ejecto drive shaft number 2
one.
for Jack. That's unfortunate. But
Looks
if
like
you look at the
broke
hood
something.
of that buggy,
I see
the
Bill
hood,
walking up.
over the engine bay, is actually a spider. A great shot there of that spider that sits over the engine. You know, coming out of the spider, off-road shop, the Venom buggy, kind of all goes hand in hand. But really cool, unique design there. And I know that Jack will be a little disappointed that that drive shaft decided to jump out again.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be pulling off. I'm not sure what he broke. I said, looks like he broke something in the front axle. It's not moving. That's not good. Probably ring opinion.
DNF number 10 for Hill 2. Things are not looking good here. We've still got a good handful of drivers still to go.
Things are looking good for Mr. Matt Holt.
That's true.
That top 6 position, still holding it down.
Let's. Our top 6 has not changed, but just in case you weren't on earlier when we were talking about it, Dex Browder is sitting in the lead right now with a 39 on this hill, followed by Brandon Davis with a 45, Charlie Brown Jr. with a 72, then Justin Wheels with a 114, Scott Goforth with a 118, and Matt Holt rounding out the 6th position with a 257. I know.
That's with a 39.
Right?
All right, we're heading back to our
Here we go.
our power hour, basically. Our big hitters are getting ready to all line up.
Fordzilla.
Fordzilla is one of the big dogs for sure. Mr. Jake Pike on the line.
Get up there, Jim. Come on.
That's going to be a quick run.
Nice. We have broken the DNF streak.
Block forward, C.
All it took was a big block forward.
That's right. Well done by Mr. Jake Pike. All right, while we wait to get the course clear for Mr. Jake Pike, we're going to take just a minute here and run one more time down a list of all of our wonderful sponsors today. As you know, that our drivers are hitting the Yukon wall today. So Yukon Gear and Axle is our wall. Spider Off-Road Performance, Radflow Suspension Technology, Raceline Wheels, CA Technologies, Branik Motorsports, Racing Axles, RCV Performance Products, VisionRV.com, PRP Venom Shifters, Mickey Thompson, Rock Life Off-Road, Laser Nut, Wildcat Off-Road Park, Holley EFI, Go Forth Tires, and SCS Gearbox.
All right, and Jake Pike just laid down a 39.486. That is a second place time right now. Right behind Dex Browder with a 39.1.
So I do think that we are just waiting on the course clear here, and we should be able to get squared away. All right, got word the clock is hot and the course is clear.
Jerry Gray on the course.
All right, here we go.
Is this Jerry Gray or Jim Pulley?
This is Jerry Gray.
Got the old rooster buggy. Okay, let's see what he's going to do here. Oh! That bounce down gets a little squirrely. Getting a huge shout out to all our RC participants today. They have the King of the Hill series.
I'm thinking it's probably
sponsored by Red Cat.
Same. We're watching Mr. Jerry Gray here try and find the perfect spot.
Sally, Jake's time was at 39.48.
39.486. Oh! Ooh, there we go.
Wait.
Oh!
Wait.
Reverse,
Back up. Woo!
There we go.
Nice job, Jerry.
Heck of a save. Heck of a save.
Taylor, I'll do you one better and give you top 7 because that's all we have right now. Dex Browder in first, Jake Pike in second currently, Brandon Davis in third, Charlie Brown Jr. in fourth, Justin Wheels in fifth, Scott Goforth sixth, Matt Holt 7th. Everybody else has been a DNF.
John Campbell, head to your buggy. John Campbell, head to your buggy.
So I think we.
There you go.
Nice.
Jerry Gray.
Looks like we'll have an 8th time to add to the list now.
We also kind of failed to mention how close
There we
first
go.
and second place are. I mean, Dex Browder and Jake Pike. That's
Dex with a 39.1, Jake with a 39.4.
very, very close stuff. 0.3 of a second separates first and second place as of right now. We'll get a time from Mr. Jerry Gray.
159.142.
He's fired up.
All right, we got
Jim Pulley on the line. He is either fired up or he is having issues. So hopefully it's the first. I don't know if you can hear that on the live feed, but if I'm not mistaken, Jerry Gray is up there mashing that rev limiter just a little bit.
All right, this is Jim Pulley on the line. Quick work of the ride flow suspension section. I think a lot of those whoops have gotten flattened down.
It is pretty crazy, especially just from this morning. Like just this morning,
Yeah, Paul,
they were
guys,
a
there we
little
go.
different beast.
All right, here we go. Woo! See what he's gonna do. So you can definitely tell that front end's popping up a little more than earlier.
All right, Jim Pulley finding that line.
Jim trying to feel it out there. Get that right side, I think, is going to be where it's at.
You can see that there's an undercut where those guys' tires are really starting to dig it out. About halfway up that wall, that ledge, a little undercut starting to hit, and I mean, it's just going to be issues for drivers down the list, but definitely still doable. It's not a huge impact, but you know, you're definitely not going to be able to walk it or like easily bump it. You're going to have to really commit to it, and you're going to have to send the mail to get it up and over this ledge.
Don't you guys, it's one of the best tracks, best course right here yet. Take the best course for last right here, I'll tell you that. Definitely awesome. As y'all can see, it's changed all that.
It'll be second to last.
Went from bad to worse. Love it. Makes it anybody's game, that's for sure.
Five more.
Justin Williams, as he ran
Don't forget about our main sponsors for the weekend for the birthday bash. Super ATV in Wayne's Polaris. Got some new sponsors on board this year.
I think today we're giving them a 2.5 minute time limit. Typically it varies from course to course.
All right, I think Jim's going to have to send it or he's about to run out of time.
For all your Jeep needs, your off-road.
I think they're waving him off.
All right, looks like that is time.
Knows what he's doing. Okay, guys, let's give it up for him right there for Jim Pulley.
Alrighty.
There we go. Give him a hand there, buddy.
A valiant effort by Mr. Jim Pulley. Just couldn't find that right space to make sure that he could get up that climb, but we have, if I'm not mistaken, 5 drivers left. And for the end of today, I think that we're going to be done before 3 o'clock today, which is, considering the hill,
A lot better than we were thinking.
That's true. I'm being corrected by our local pit boss.
Wood to knock on.
That we don't say it yet.
We've still got John Campbell, Jeff Roberts, Danny Smith, Tim Cameron, and Colby Reich.
If I had to put my money on guys that'll make it, that's probably going to be some of the group there.
Okay, we got Jeff Roberts on the line.
Jeff Roberts on the line.
Underdog,
Here we
buddy.
go.
Can he be the top dog today?
Hey, I like it.
got that pretty turbo sitting up front. Come on, get up there, Jim. He's running a turbo buggy. He's one of several turbo buggies we have out here today. We got quite a few guys running a supercharger. Come on, get up there, Jim.
All right. What do you think he's going to do, Jesse? Is he going to feel out that line?
Like I said, that was what I was talking about when I said crawl it. You're not going to be able to walk it because those ruts are getting dug out. And, you know, what happens is when a rut gets dug out, the tire starts to want to crawl underneath the rut. And it starts to kind of give you this weird bottom bounce like that. You're seeing that bounce right there. And,
perfect example.
It's one of those where you have to hit it with momentum to get over the kind of ledge that's starting to form. You know, I saw it on TV forever ago on Extreme 4x4 with Ian Johnson. He explained, you know, if you have like a 40-inch tall ledge, right, or excuse me, if you have a 40-inch tall tire and you have, you know, a 37-inch tall ledge, because it's over the middle of the ledge, the tire was actually going to try and go underneath it. So it really helps whenever, you know, you think about that when you're driving. If the ledge is over the middle of the tire, you're not going to likely be able to crawl.
Interesting. Yeah, I haven't heard it put like that before.
Yeah, it's about, if it's, you know, 55-60% up the tire, it'll kind of walk it underneath, but, you know, you can still make it over. You're just going to need the momentum to carry it over the top of it. Just, you know,
get it all spooled up.
Driver psychology, stuff like that. You try to keep in mind when you're out here racing because this is all stuff that has to happen, you know,
split-second decisions out there.
Yeah, and you have to be able to see it with your eyes and know how big your tires are and all that.
Unless you're Adam Coots, and then you just close your eyes and go for it, and you use the force.
That's right.
And it works out all right.
Now, I'll tell you this. He did something I haven't seen many drivers do in a while, and he just sat there and built some boost. And I know that the original Showstopper buggy would sit at the bottom of a hill and start whistling.
There he goes. Oh, so close.
So when he landed, you can see the front wheel stop spinning. Man, that stinks.
Looks like we're going to have a little bit of carnage.
There
it is. The ejecto drive shaft appears again.
What is that, number 3 today?
It's a couple, no doubt.
Oh, man.
But a valiant effort. And again, I love the big turbo cars. I love the big supercharged cars. It's always cool to see guys like, you know, take a minute and build some boost and then really let it launch. Again, there, Mr. Bill Blaisdell showing us what happened there. A clean break on that too. Very impressive. I love the kind of coverage that we have now.
Did you see that door just swing down?
That's high quality design right there.
I haven't seen it. that before. I wasn't expecting that.
That was impressive. But you know, buggies are to the point nowadays where, you know, they're all designed for races and things like that. Like they're all purpose-built rigs. Why not throw a little bit of comfort in there? You know, unless you're James Cantrell, you're an adult, you can handle a door. James can't, but
James can't.
You know,
we got
why not build doors into your race machine? You know,
who's got that fastest time?
I feel like I'm getting too old to Dukes of Hazzard in some of these cars. I remember when I had my rock bouncer.
If you're getting too old, ain't no. There's no way the rest of us can do it.
We used to trail ride it, and like you get in and out, and by about the 5th time, you're like, all right, I'm kind of getting tired of doing this.
I think I'll just sit in here for a while.
You gotta like limbo yourself in there, but it looks like Mr.
That's how it is getting into the Avenger.
Yeah,
there's a process.
It takes
a specific way to do it if you want to do it gracefully.
And you got to go in, you got to turn, you got to get yourself in the seat, move all the belts before you get in.
Make sure you don't get hung up on the steering column.
That's exactly right. We're getting some right suggestions from our pit boss here. Speaking of which,
I named you our pit boss now, Garion.
Not in the pits.
You want to come talk to the world of rock racing fans?
Is in the production trailer. Come on,
she's
Gary,
a shy pit boss, except for when she's herding cats.
It's a great opportunity because I like to spend time highlighting the people that are behind the camera that make all this go.
Just pretend like you're talking to some of the drivers.
I'm done. My job's over.
Records and checkers, baby.
So what you're telling me is that everyone is lined up and ready to close
Yes,
out
that is
today.
correct.
So
we have 4 left. We got Danny Smith, Tim Cameron, Colby Reich, and John Campbell running for Adam Coots.
Okay, so let me ask you this. The new system you guys implemented today, from our perspective, beautiful. What's it like to get down there and wrangle all those drivers?
Honestly, it's pretty helpful having everybody lined up. Today we started trying to get everybody staged in the right direction, so it's been pretty nice, pretty helpful.
So you're going to have to stay with us for just a second because we're watching Danny Smith make this run here.
Here we go.
There it is.
There it is.
Beautiful work.
Gonna be a good time.
We're going to wait for that time, and then I'm going to keep asking questions here. Back to us, waiting on the time for Danny Smith.
32.451. 32.451.
Fastest time of the day on Hill 2, for sure.
I gotta say, getting Danny ready is one of my challenges on the daily, but once he is totally ready, he kicks butt.
Now, I'll tell you this, you know, there's a lot of drivers down there. What's the biggest obstacle trying to get everybody in order? I mean, you tell me. What's the biggest obstacle down there?
Well, it really depends on the pit. Sometimes if we have a pit that's at the bottom of the hill, the biggest challenge is keeping the crowd safe and making sure we fill all the gaps. In this particular pit, one of my biggest challenges is keeping the road clear. We've got a very narrow area, so getting everybody pulled out, parked back in, can be a bit of a challenge, but it's going pretty smooth today. Everybody's done really well.
You've been deemed the pit boss by Bree. I think it's a very fitting title.
I need a shirt that says that.
I think you should get one.
Anybody wants to donate to that.
But thanks for joining us up here. We have the NRRA pit boss in the production trailer with us.
All right, Tim Cameron should be on the line. Colby Reich and John Campbell, those guys are going to wrap up Hill 2 for us.
This next guy
here he
goes. Anybody know Tim Cameron? Here we go. Timmy's a man.
Timmy's now extremely wet. That was uncharacteristic, I feel like.
Did he one-shot it? Oh, there you go. Woo.
This is going to be close.
Pretty good.
Out the top he goes. For Tim Cameron, we're going to wait on a time. Our current first place is a 32.4.
What's the time going to be? What do y'all think it's going to be? Think you beat Danny? It's going to be tight. 36.342. 36.
I think he lost a little bit of time there in the Laser Nut Lazy River. He took a full bath in that creek.
Yeah.
I think Danny also hit the last wall just straight on and right out the top. Timmy got a little bit off to the side. 36.342, definitely still a great time today, though.
What did Danny have?
A 32.
Hey guys, it's going to get good right here. It's going to get good.
Man.
All right, I think that means Colby Reich should be lining up.
Should be, and we just got word that Mr. John Campbell is running for Adam Coots today, so a nice chance to get some points for Adam to have Mr. John running for you. He's
right.
been excellent today.
Colby Reich, this is the 8-Up buggy, formerly Modern Warfare. We talked about Colby a little bit on Hill 1, but in case you missed that, just a little trivia for you. The name 8-Up came because he won Modern Warfare in a raffle. He was number 8 in the raffle, and he rides Engine 8 at work.
Let's go.
He said, I'm not coming back to the bottom.
Man, I'll tell you what's really cool too. If you can't tell from the side of his car, he's got it's a 7-Up livery, but it's an 8 instead of a 7. I just now noticed this little clip.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Clever.
I'm a big fan.
Come on, guys, let's get him out there. It's called 8-Up. Getting feeling out. Can you see what it's like?
I think he's fourth right now. Don't quote me on that though, because the last 2 times he ended up. I know. Went all over the place.
Just can't seem to find the sweet spot up there.
This is Colby's first race. Talked to him a little bit before the race yesterday and today. He was definitely a little nervous, which is totally understandable. I think most drivers still get some nerves before a race. But I told him he's going to feel like Superman afterwards. It's a good feeling when you get in the buggy and you go out and conquer the hill, even if you don't end up crossing the finish line.
Yeah.
You still got in and you did it, you know?
Absolutely. And this is not a, I wouldn't say that this is our entry level race course by any means.
Let's get with him here. Let's get with him.
No, it's not. But he's not driving an entry level race buggy either.
Very true as well.
I was like, dude, you got a capable rig. Or let's just point for the top. See what you can do. He's giving it a heck of a try right now on this wall. Our race line step-ups definitely took out at least half the pack today.
That's right. You making a drilling? Sit straight up and down like that with all that horsepower. You gotta be the biggest drilling rod.
Our fastest time right now is Danny Smith with a 32.4. Then Tim Cameron with a 36. Then Dex Browder with a 39.
Oh, so close.
And we are approaching that time limit for Hill 2.
Woo! Getting squirrely. We got the dog over here cheering him on. That's what I'm talking about.
You know that can't be an easy thing to follow Danny and Timmy either.
I think they're saying that.
Especially as a first-time racer.
Yep, they're going to go ahead and wave him off for a time limit, and we'll get a DNF for Mr. Colby Reich.
Heck of a race today, Colby. We hope to see him back out here with us.
Absolutely. And last but not least, we've got Mr. John Allen Campbell coming up soon.
Awesome job. Awesome. Everybody give him a hand. He said he won that in one of the raffles. He's had an hour of seat time driving around the park. This is his first time racing.
I think he was just giving the crowd a nice salute with that rev limiter touch there.
All right, we have only one driver left, and that is going to conclude
our incredible day
of racing.
I've got word we have driver on the line.
All right, so John Allen Campbell is running for Adam Coots. He's going to wrap things up for us today, and then we will do a rundown like usual. The time to beat right now for John is a
he's also running a turbo buggy.
32.
Man. Oh, that didn't sound good.
What's with the drive shafts today?
Rear drive shafts.
Oh.
Those stickies are dialed in today. What a heck of a way to end the day.
Yeah, that drive shaft did not appreciate what happened to it just now.
We'd like to thank everybody for coming out today. Huge shout out to everybody for the birthday bash. I know you got some more stuff going on. We got the merch trailer across from
All right, guys, we're going to give you a rundown
shortly. Thanks, everybody.
What we got there, Jesse?
All right, I'm going to give you your top 5 for hill number 2, and then I will give you a quick rundown on the total times. Again, this is unofficial until all race results have been posted and points have been calculated. This is unofficial where everyone is standing. First place for hill 2 is Danny Smith. Second place for hill 2 is Tim Cameron. And third place for hill 2 is Mr. Dex Browder. Now, I will give you the combined times. The National Rock Racing Association does not base the final scores off of combined times. There is a point system and a calculation system. It's pretty close to combined times, but there is a little bit of a point system. But on combined times, the total for today, the fastest driver in first place today with a 59 between both hills was Mr. Danny Smith. In second place, we're looking like it'll be Tim Cameron with a 63.5. Third place, Jake Pike with a 70.4. In fourth place, let me go ahead and do this one more time so I make sure it's right here. First, Danny. Second, Tim. Third, Jake. Fourth, Dex Browder with 71.3. Fifth, Brandon Davis with a 74.5. And then sixth, Charlie Brown with a 102.5. So,
I would just like to note that Matt Holt made top 10 today.
Matt Holt sitting at number 10. Awesome to see Mr.
We
Matt
know
Holt
he'll be
here.
pumped about that, and we're pumped for him too.
Absolutely.
All right, I think that wraps it up. Guys,
Okay.
I hate to say it, but we will not be back with another series race until August in Hawk Pride.
7th.
Hop on the website, check out the schedule if you want to try and make it in person. Between now and then, we'll see you at Visions, and I believe we will be bringing Hillside Live to Mid-America for Pro Rock in a few weeks. So you'll see us a little bit between now and August, but thanks for joining us this weekend here at Dirty Turtle, and I guess we'll see you when we see you.
Sounds good. See you guys later. Thanks for tuning in today.
Affordable EFI is in sight now with Sniper EFI from Holley. Easy to install, self-tunes, and replaces most 4-barrel carbs. Forget cold start issues, hesitations, vapor lock, and flooding. Get big performance starting at just $999.95. Sniper EFI.
Eliminate burnt plug wires forever with Excel Ceramic Spark Plug Wires. High temperature double silicone construction makes them ideal for turbocharged and supercharged engines or any car with headers. Find a set for your application today at excel-ignition.com.